It's Monday, October 6th. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, the wildfire in Nova Scotia's Kings County continued to grow over the weekend and is still considered out of control. Your top news headlines just ahead.
And we'll speak with the New Brunswick advocate about how the new provincial task force on homelessness is going since it was announced last month. That's in our second hour.
Plus, do you want to look better with minimum effort? Well, we'll get some low-effort beauty tips a little later. All that and so much more just ahead on the Monday edition of CTV's Your Morning Atlantic.
Come on in. Come on in. 6:01, almost. There it is, 6:01 on this Monday, October 6th. So glad you're up with us. First full week of October, here we are, brand new month. Gosh, though, it's just, I have to give a shout out to Mother Nature. The weather was incredible over the weekend, at least in the Halifax area where I spent my weekend. How about you? I know you were in Moncton for a bit.
Yes, I was in Moncton, Riverview, very sunny, very warm. I have to say, you can't dress for the calendar because it's been so warm and sunny. We certainly need some rain because we have those dry conditions. But what get ready for the forecast for today, Latavia, because the daytime highs that we're going to get, we've been talking about how warm it's been. Today's not just going to be warm, it's going to be hot.
Like summer, mid-July hot.
Absolutely. It's going to feel like summer today, and factor in that humidity will play a role in today's forecast as well. It's going to be quite a hot and sunny day for much of the region. Here's a live look at St. John's early this morning. It is a bit of a cool start to the day as of right now, 3 degrees over there, but we are going to see a warm up a little bit later into the afternoon, and temperatures are quite mild early this morning. As of right now, 12 degrees heading outdoors in Fredericton, 14 in Charlottetown, with 13 in Halifax and in Sydney. We do still have an air quality statement in effect for Kings County, something to keep in mind if you are headed out in that community today. And over to our satellite and radar, we do have a bit of shower activity early this morning for parts of Cape Breton Island, clearing out, leaving lots of sunshine for much of Atlantic Canada, really. So because of that, we're still talking about the UV index. Keep in mind sun safety when heading out today. Moderate for all 3 maritime provinces and tracking low to moderate throughout your day for Newfoundland and Labrador. Wind out of the south and southwest this morning for the maritime region will be picking up into the afternoon. As of right now, 30 kilometers per hour in North Cape, 24 in Canso, with 17 kilometers per hour in Grand Etang and in Sydney, 11 in Halifax. Only one wind gust at this time, getting up to 28 kilometers per hour in Grand Etang. We'll have a look at your very sunny and hot forecast just ahead, but first a look at your local news headlines with Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. And we could use some rain. The wildfire in Nova Scotia's Kings County continued to grow over the weekend and is still out of control. The Lake George wildfire is now an estimated 285 hectares or 2.85 square kilometers. DNR says crews have been battling dry and windy conditions. More than 100 firefighters are on the scene. As of Sunday, there were no reports of any structure damage. DNR says crews continue to make fire breaks around the perimeter. In PEI, 2 residences were destroyed and another was badly damaged in a fire Saturday night in Summerside. Emergency crews responded shortly before midnight to the Belmont Street area. Several vehicles were also badly damaged. No one was hurt. Police say the fire is believed to be suspicious and the cause is under investigation. They're asking anyone with information or surveillance footage to contact them. Officials at an airport in central Newfoundland say staff have noticed an increase in people who appear to have been victims of catfishing schemes. A post on the Gander Airport's Facebook page says more people have been arriving at the airport to meet someone they've been speaking with online, only to find the person does not exist. The post asks people to be careful if someone they've only met online asks them for money, travel tickets, or personal details. It also urges everyone to check in on their loved ones, especially seniors. Now to a rink years in the making. The only all-girls hockey arena east of Montreal has finally dropped the puck on its first season. CTV's Ryan McDonald has more.
It's a place that has long been called the future home of women's hockey in Cape Breton. And when you step inside, it quickly becomes clear that future is now.
It's really special to have something of our own and this nice. It's really special because normally we get shortage of ice time and we normally get kicked to the later ice time, so it's really nice to be able just to have like our own ice and be able to come here whenever.
Believed to be the only rink in all of Canada dedicated entirely to women's and girls hockey, the new Keogh Forum at Cape Breton University dropped the puck on its first season over the weekend with an under-15 AAA showcase tournament that brought in teams from across Nova Scotia.
It's finally here, and games are on. The season started.
What helped the idea of an all-girls rink become reality was when the Cape Breton Blizzards spearheaded Sydney's 2022 Kraft Hockeyville win, which came with $250,000 toward arena upgrades. Now that they have a rink of their own, it means no longer having to compete with the boys for ice time.
This is the first year we've ever had a normal schedule. The first year that we ever can, have every team having 2 practices a week if they want to have that. We have the space and ability to do all of it.
This new building, it's like a new arena in an old shell.
The 4-year, $40 million renovation to the old 1987 Canada Games complex also makes this the first arena on Cape Breton and 4th in the province that is fully accessible for sledge hockey.
So we have raised the ice surface, actually, so there's no step down to step on the ice. And so para-athletes, para-hockey players can glide right on their ice, onto the ice from the dressing room.
But the building's main function is to be a place where all things girls are celebrated and skills are developed and honed.
It's just nice to be able to call this place like the home of girls hockey.
A rink of their own, hopefully for decades to come. Ryan McDonald, CTV News, Sydney.
Thank you, Ryan. Finally, dozens of trucks rolled through the Dartmouth area over the weekend as part of a major fundraiser for Special Olympics Nova Scotia. The 14th annual truck convoy kicked off at 12 Wing Shearwater. Just shy of 200 drivers participated in this year's event. The Nova Scotia convoy is typically one of the largest in all of North America. It raises funds for Special Olympics Nova Scotia.
The money goes to support our programs across the province. It supports our provincial games, summer and winter games that we have. It also goes into coaching, training, our Team Nova Scotia program as we're coming up to the 2026 National Summer Games that are being held in Alberta in August.
Not just big trucks, big money too. Last year, the truck convoy raised $160,000 for a total of $1.5 million over 13 years. And the total for this year, still being counted.
Amazing.
It's a great event, and it's fun when they go by to see them. It is quite an event. Like there's a lot of energy when those trucks go by.
People go all out. I know we've taken our little guy to sit on the side of the road to watch it over the years. Yeah, it's a good one. It's got to be able to be fun too to honk like that.
Oh yeah,
exactly.
In a good way.
All right, so let's just talk about money. You mentioned a lot of great money being raised for a great cause. You can do whatever the heck you want with the money if you win our contest. Your morning did just get a whole lot richer with our $20,000 giveaway. Time to give you today's code word for your chance to win. It's SHOP. Ooh. So all you have to do is plug in the word SHOP today if you go to our website, or you can scan the QR code you're just about to see on your screen. There it is. SHOP is the word of the day today. So fill that in today for a chance to win $20,000. Tomorrow, tune in again. Another chance to win another code word.
Ooh, guilt-free shopping, that is for sure.
Oh, yeah.
The damage you could do with 20 grand.
Easy. All you got to do is do a text.
That's exciting.
All right, we're going to take a quick break here on Your Morning Atlantic. When we return, Latavia will have her first full look at the forecast on this Monday. It is going to be a hot one. Treat it like a summer day as we take a live look at Officer Square in Fredericton. A very quiet morning. Your Morning Atlantic. We'll be right back.
A dark start to the day, but don't worry, sunshine is on its way over in Fredericton. Starting off at 10 degrees this morning. Welcome back, Atlantic Canada. The time now is 6:12. We are going to see quite a hot day ahead for much of the region. Something to keep in mind when you're getting dressed to head out on your morning commute. We are going to see temperatures a little bit cooler starting off the day for parts of Atlantic Canada. Definitely going to see a warm up a little bit later on. As of right now, not too bad. 14 degrees starting off your day in Labrador City, 2 degrees right now in St. John's, Newfoundland. Looking at 14 degrees starting off your day in both Charlottetown and in Halifax, and 13 in Sydney. We do still have an air quality statement in effect for Kings County. Something to keep in mind, we are still seeing that reduction in local air quality due to wildfire smoke. Over to our forecast timeline. A bit of fog early this morning, but already beginning to dissipate. We are seeing a bit of wet weather starting off the day as well. So a chance of showers early this morning for parts of Cape Breton Island. Also seeing a few showers across parts of Labrador, Newfoundland as well. That will clear out as we head towards this afternoon. Seeing lots of sunshine in our forecast, really stretching across much of Atlantic Canada today. And into the evening and overnight hours, we are going to see pretty clear skies remain, pretty warm lows for tonight, bringing us into early Tuesday morning, where we do have another sunny, dry day ahead for much of the region. For our forecast today for New Brunswick, look at these temperatures. Feeling like summer today, so daytime highs will range from 25 to 30 degrees. We are going to see lots of sunshine, wind picking up as well out of the southwest, 20 gusting to 40. For Prince Edward Island, looking at a high of 26 degrees today, seeing wind gusts also getting up to 40, mainly sunny skies across the island. And then for Cape Breton, eastern mainland Nova Scotia, daytime highs 24 to 28. Showers starting off the day, clearing out early this morning, leaving mainly sunny skies. And then for the rest of Nova Scotia, lots of sunshine throughout your day with a high of 28 degrees. For Newfoundland and Labrador, mainly sunny skies today with a high of 22 in Labrador City. Going to see showers move in this evening. Same thing goes for St. John's, a high of 14 degrees, mainly sunny skies. A chance of showers returns into the evening hours. Tuesday, lots of sunshine in our forecast. We do into the evening hours see a chance of showers returning for the northern region of New Brunswick. Also for Newfoundland and Labrador, seeing a bit of shower activity. We do have a low that will move in on Wednesday, bringing showers and periods of rain right across Atlantic Canada, and seeing that wet weather extend into our forecast for Thursday as well. That's a look at your weather forecast. Now we'll throw things over to Amanda for your national, international news headlines.
Thank you, Latavia. Time is 6:15. Top officials are converging on the Middle East for key talks today between Hamas and Israel in Egypt. Although fighting continues, both Israel and Hamas have shown willingness to accept at least parts of a peace plan led by the United States.
It's a great deal for Israel. It's a great deal for the entire Arab world, Muslim world, and world. So we're very happy about it.
When do you think the hostages will start being freed?
According to you,
they're in negotiation right now as we speak.
According to U.S. President Donald Trump's plans, key to Trump's plans, Hamas would release of all remaining hostages, give up power in Gaza, and disarm. In return, Israel would halt its offensive and withdraw from much of the territory. Talks in Egypt today are expected to focus on the proposed exchange of Israeli hostages for Palestinian prisoners held by Israel. Prime Minister Mark Carney will meet with U.S. President Donald Trump in Washington tomorrow. And as CTV's Colton Frail reports, some political experts are calling this a trip into the lion's den that Carney has to make.
Prime Minister, as Mark Carney prepares for a sit-down with Donald Trump in Washington, he does so under the weight of his own expectations.
He does need to show some progress. The fact that there hasn't been any progress after missing deadline after deadline does make Canadians sort of wonder.
Carney campaigned on his strength as a negotiator, and some in Washington say he'll need to use those skills if he hopes to find any tariff relief, with the U.S. president likely to look for more concessions from Canada on trade and national security issues.
I think those are some of the toughest issues that we would have expected to see play out in a USMCA or CUSMA review process, but actually are likely to get ironed out much in advance of that.
Sources in the federal government tell CTV News they're cautiously optimistic Canada could see some relief on steel and aluminum tariffs, and are willing to brave the president's volatility to achieve it.
From his point of view, it's better to take the risk of political failure and go to Washington and meet with President Trump rather than sit in Ottawa and hope that something comes to him.
It comes as Pierre Poilievre has held back on attacking Carney's handling of Trump, instead focusing on domestic issues like crime and affordability. Friday, Poilievre posting on social media that he hopes Mark Carney will keep his promise and negotiate a win.
This is for the Prime Minister to deliver or fail. And it becomes, in political terms, a very heavy anchor, political anchor for the Prime Minister if he fails. It will drag him down.
Industry and political experts that CTV News has spoken to are skeptical that a trade deal will be reached on Tuesday, with one former White House official saying they expect talks to focus on security issues, like the wars in Ukraine and Gaza.
Election promises are ramping up in Newfoundland and Labrador as that province heads into the final stretch of the election campaign. Voters head to the polls on October 14th. And as CTV's Garrett Berry reports, it seems like new spending is something all sides are agreeing on.
The road to re-election for Liberal leader John Hogan is being paved with promises, sometimes literally, like a new highway connection for commuters near St. John's, or Friday's pledge for more funding for community food projects.
That our government will increase funding to these organizations by $250,000.
His main challenger, PC leader Tony Wakeham, has matched him every step of the way. This week, he pledged a tax cut for small businesses in the province, like this fitness center.
It really got my attention last week when I heard about this small business tax credit.
Considering the province's almost $700 million deficit and highest debt per person in the country, it has been a bit of a spendy campaign. Even the Tories say they'll worry about balancing the books later.
So my focus of this campaign has been about helping people balance their budgets first, about getting better access to health care, and then I'll focus on balancing the provincial budget.
The NDP, who entered the campaign in third place, say they do have a plan to balance the budget immediately. But you won't find too much difference between the other two top contenders for the Premier's chair.
Healthcare, affordability, education, and infrastructure. That's what I'm hearing from Newfoundlanders and Labradorians, so that's where I think we need to spend our money.
I make no apologies for wanting to improve people's access to health care or putting more money back in their pockets.
That cross-party consensus on promises and spending has drawn some criticism from fiscal conservatives like the Taxpayers Federation and the St. John's Board of Trade. The Liberals say they can finance their promises with money from the new hydroelectric deal with Quebec. One undecided voter says he's taking it all with a grain of salt.
You can promise the moon, and it's easy to retract and make excuses as to why you didn't fulfill your promise. It's like your own household. I still view it that way.
Election day is coming up on October 14th. Garrett Berry, CTV News, St. John's.
Finally, the hopes were high and the bats were hot. The Toronto Blue Jays have done it again, this time pounding the Yankees with another powerful performance at home, beating New York 13-7.
He hooks this one down the right field line. It's got some carry and it's gone.
That gives the Jays a 2-0 lead in their best-of-5 American League Division Series. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. hit a grand slam while Dalton Varsho hit 2 of the Jays' 5 homers. Jays fans hope the team can make it a sweep when Game 3 goes tomorrow at Yankee Stadium in New York. That is a look at your national and international headlines. When your Morning Atlantic returns, we'll have your must-see moment with our colleagues at TSN. We'll be right back.
Move Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekday mornings on Move 100. The most fun in the morning. And home of the $1,000 minute. Only on Move 100 Halifax.
always interesting.
I know.
Feature of the new format of the show. 2010. It's hard to believe Instagram, like that's, yes, it's a long time ago, but it also feels like it's not that long ago.
Oh my goodness, it feels like forever ago for me.
Yeah?
Just because I remember what Instagram looked like, everyone's photos were so different. It kind of gave like MySpace vibes. Versus like there were no influencers yet or anything of that time. Isn't that wild?
Tons of filters, like everything kind of had a dark filter on it.
Duck faces were still in.
Oh yeah.
Peace signs.
So that's 15 years ago. It's really, it has evolved, but it's still there. It's still there. Just in general, since Facebook came in, which was just like a few years before that, how do you feel about social media?
Wild. Well, we're of the age where we saw the inception of the internet and, you know, social media. It's kind of wild how it's changed so much from like MSN chats and AOL and all that good stuff, right? And Blackberries and all that good stuff. I don't like some of the things that social media stands for today. And I fear for my children to use social media, but for us, it was cool at the time because we didn't have like videos of documentation of us at parties and all that wild stuff, right?
I mean, in a way, I wish social media was never invented because it would be nice to just go back to a way when we didn't feel like we had to document everything and share it with the world.
Oh, yeah.
But it is really helpful for businesses, and I do say I have made friends, you know, friends on social media that actually have turned into real friends, where I've met people online that way through things that I've shared interests and met up with them. Like I met some friends over in Copenhagen when I went, and we had a wonderful time.
That's so cool,
it has make the world a smaller place. So of course, I think like a lot of us were of two minds on it.
Absolutely, I totally agree with you there.
I am interested in the 3-day forecast because it's really going to be warm today. Is this going to last?
Over the next couple of days. So we'll take a look at our 3-day forecast starting off in New Brunswick. A high of 30 degrees for parts of the province today. Lots of sunshine. Into Tuesday, a high of 25. Factor in that humidex. It's still going to feel like 33. Mainly sunny skies with evening showers and wet weather moving in on Wednesday, a high of 17. So definitely going to see that cool down midweek. Nova Scotia is looking at a high of 28 degrees today. Lots of sunshine across the province. On Tuesday, sunshine remains and a daytime high of 25, 22 on Wednesday. A mix of sun and cloud for Cape Breton Island, seeing showers across the rest of the province. For Prince Edward Island, a high of 26 today with mainly sunny skies. Sunshine continues across the island on Tuesday with a high of 25 and 20 on Wednesday, but rain moves in across the province. That's a look at your weather.
Coming up this half hour, it's time for the Move Morning Chat. We're kicking off this week by asking, what's on your travel bucket list and why? Think about it, let us know. We'll have that conversation. We'll get that little party started just ahead.
Good morning at 6:31 on your Monday morning, October 6th. Amanda, Crystal, and Latavia joining you this morning. Hope you had a great weekend. I spent the weekend with one of my girlfriends. We were in Moncton, Dieppe, Riverview. Had a great time. We participated in Legs for Literacy, which was Sunday. A really great run. So thanks to all the volunteers, organizers, and congrats to all the runners and walkers who took part. We also saw the new Taylor Swift movie release, I guess you could say, on her new album as well.
What were your thoughts?
Yeah.
My thoughts were, I really liked the album. And what I liked about seeing the film was she takes you behind the scenes, how she made the music video for The Fate of Ophelia. And she also explains the meaning behind some songs.
I love that.
Which is pretty funny because that's also been a big topic of conversations. Is what do the songs mean? What are the interpretations? For example, she says wood is about superstition.
Okay.
Yeah, different than the internet's take.
Well, okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, okay.
Say the least.
She says it's all about superstition.
Well, she's a smart business person. Smart, I mean, putting that movie out, people that buy the tickets, like, gosh, the money's rolling in.
Right?
I feel like we've won the lottery of sorts with the weather. I know we do need rain.
Yes, we do.
But it has been, summer has held on, and that has felt really nice.
Oh, yeah, Crystal. And we're going to see a pretty hot day ahead for parts of Atlantic Canada today. Starting off quite dark. We're seeing dark mornings earlier now and later into the mornings until the sun begins to rise, but sunshine is on its way. Expressway. 14 degrees as you head outdoors early this morning in Halifax. A mild start to the day for much of the region. 10 degrees heading outdoors early this morning in Fredericton, 14 in Charlottetown, 13 degrees starting off your day in Sydney, with 2 degrees over in St. John's. Over to our air quality statement that remains in effect for Kings County. Just something to keep in mind if you are heading out in that area today, seeing a reduction in local air quality. Over to our satellite and radar. We do have a bit of precipitation early this morning for parts of Cape Breton Island, parts of Labrador, but that will clear out, leaving lots of sunshine right across Atlantic Canada. So because of that, still talking about the UV index. Keep in mind sun safety when heading out today. Tracking moderate across all 3 maritime provinces. And then for Newfoundland and Labrador, tracking low to moderate throughout your day today. Wind will be picking up for the Maritimes as of right now out of the southwest, 28 kilometers per hour in North Cape with 22 in Canso, 19 in Grand Etang, 17 kilometers per hour in Sydney. Only one wind gust at this time, getting up to 30 kilometers per hour in Sydney. I'll have a look at your long range forecast, but first we'll take a look at our local news headlines with Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. Time is 6:33. The wildfire in Nova Scotia's Kings County continued to grow over the weekend and is still out of control. The Lake George wildfire is now an estimated 285 hectares, or 2.85 square kilometers. DNR says crews have been battling dry and windy conditions. More than 100 firefighters are on scene. As of Sunday, there were no reports of any structure damage. DNR says crews continue to make fire breaks around the perimeter. Other fires to tell you about. In Prince Edward Island, 2 residences were destroyed and another was badly damaged in a fire Saturday night in Summerside. Emergency crews responded shortly before midnight to the Belmont Street area. Several vehicles were also badly damaged. No one was hurt. Police say the fire is believed to be suspicious and the cause is under investigation. Anyone with information or surveillance footage is asked to contact police. In Nova Scotia, about 10 people are displaced after a fire at an apartment building in central parts of the province on Saturday. The fire broke out in the afternoon at a 4-unit apartment building on O'Brien Street in Windsor. Windsor Fire Chief James Harvey says there were no injuries and the fire is not deemed suspicious at this time. Officials at an airport in central Newfoundland say staff have noticed an increase in people who appear to have been victims of catfishing schemes. A post on the Gander Airport's Facebook page says more people have been arriving at the airport to meet someone they've been speaking with online, only to find out the person does not exist. The post asks people to be careful if someone they've only met online asks them for money, travel tickets, or personal details. It also urges everyone to check in on their loved ones, especially seniors. For the first time in 3 years, Tim Hortons is increasing its prices, charging more for a cup of joe, reflecting a wider trend of rising coffee prices.
The problem are U.S. tariffs. The Americans are applying tariffs on Brazilian coffee beans coming from all over the world. And so whenever we actually import coffee beans from the United States, because they're packaged there, processed there, we're paying for that tariff indirectly.
A cup of coffee is going up 1.5%, amounting to a few extra cents. The price of coffee beans has more than doubled over the last 3 years, according to a Tim Hortons spokesperson. Coffee imports from the U.S. also played a role in the price increase. After overcoming a significant health issue, one young man opened his dream gym in Dartmouth over the weekend. CTV's Jonathan McGuinness was there for the celebration and the workout.
Don't do it! Don't do it! Logan Guthrow doesn't go easy on his class.
Yeah, he's hard. He's a really fun guy to be around.
He makes it fun while he's kicking your butt at the same time.
He's finally able to do it in his own space. Years of planning and challenges are now in the past.
Today's my grand opening of my gym. It's called Certified Athletics.
Physical fitness has been his passion for a long time. Playing hockey, he was introduced to training as a 10-year-old. Guthrow eventually hung up his skates, but when he did, he picked up dumbbells.
We stopped doing strength and conditioning for a year, so I took it in my own hands and went to a gym, fell in love with it.
He's been a trainer for 7 years, but his path forward wasn't without its obstacles. In 2019, Guthrow woke up not feeling well. Symptoms got worse, eventually landing him in the hospital. He was told it was a good thing he came in when he did.
I was diagnosed with meningitis, very scary situation. I was told if I didn't catch it in the 5-hour time span that my life I might not be here today. So I'm very fortunate to still be here today.
He gives credit to his physical fitness for being one of the main reasons he was able to beat meningitis B.
I started training when I was like 10 years old. Definitely got a lot of muscle, definitely supported my immune system. So I definitely think that working out and living a healthy lifestyle definitely helped with my meningitis recovery.
Guthrow's perseverance doesn't surprise his mother.
Working at different jobs and then opening his own gym just made his dream come true, and we're so proud of him. It's been an amazing journey.
I want legs straight, arms straight. One that now sees Guthrow doing what he loves. Jonathan McGinnis, CTV News, Dartmouth.
Congratulations, Logan. Not only overcoming that health hurdle, but to inspire others and have a space for them to be able to work out. Even the young boy, did you see the young kid there too?
Yeah, we need to go check the place out.
Yes.
Yeah, I love the classes, like high energy. We love that. You know what else we love? Stories about stargazing in space.
Absolutely.
Favorite here on the show. This one's about a new discovery by astronomers. They have found Pac-Man in space. Actually, a Pac-Man-like planet that gobbles up dust and gas at record-breaking speed. Doesn't exactly look like a video game. I was a bit disappointed that it wasn't actually like dee-dee-dee-dee-dee, but here we are. This is pretty impressive. 6 billion tons per second is how much that planet gobbles up, to be exact. As classified as a rogue planet, it means it doesn't orbit a star. So the planet is 620 light years away, and astronomers are tracking its growth, which changes in a matter of months.
Wow.
This is a big, thank you, Latavia. It's a big deal because in space terms, usually growth happens over millions of years. So the fact that it's happening in a matter of months is like zipping. Yeah.
Wow, it's gobbling up whatever it can, I guess.
Apparently.
It's quite a force. So we maybe should keep our eye on that planet.
Don't get too big.
Exactly, exactly.
Hopefully he doesn't have to battle any ghosts up there.
Could be. Could be.
You never know.
Right. Time for another break. Still ahead on the show, we have your entertainment headlines. But before that, we're talking and we want your input. What's on your travel bucket list and why? We want to hear it. Portugal, New Zealand. Our friends Aaron and Peter from Move 100 will join us for the discussion just after this.
Quite dark early this morning in Moncton, but 13 degrees as you head outdoors this morning, and sunshine on its way as the sun begins to rise, and pretty warm temperatures right across much of the region today. Welcome back. The time now is 6:43 on your Monday morning, kicking off the work week with 14 degrees over in Labrador City. A bit cooler starting off the day in St. John's with 2 degrees. 10 degrees right now in Fredericton with 14 in both Charlottetown and Halifax. 13 in Sydney. We do still have an air quality statement that remains in effect today for Kings County due to wildfire smoke, seeing a reduction in local air quality. Over to our forecast timeline. We do have a bit of precipitation early this morning. A light chance of showers expected for Cape Breton Island early this morning, as well as some precipitation tracking across parts of Labrador and Newfoundland. That will clear for the most part into the afternoon, leaving lots of sunshine across Atlantic Canada. Still seeing a few showers remain for parts of Newfoundland, but going to remain quite light. As we head towards this evening into the overnight hours, clear skies remain for the Maritime region, taking us into early Tuesday morning. We are going to see another sunny, dry day ahead for much of the region, still seeing a bit of precipitation tracking across parts of Newfoundland and Labrador. For forecast today for New Brunswick, things are heating up. Keep that in mind when you are heading out today. The humidity will play a factor today, with daytime highs ranging from 25 to 30 degrees, and lots of sunshine throughout your day. Wind gusts getting up to 40 kilometers per hour. A high of 26 degrees right across Prince Edward Island. Still seeing some breezy winds, mainly sunny skies today. And same thing goes for Cape Breton, eastern mainland Nova Scotia, but a chance of isolated showers early in the morning, clearing, leaving mainly sunny skies with highs between 24 to 28. For the rest of Nova Scotia, a high of 28 degrees today, lots of sunshine throughout your day. And for Newfoundland and Labrador, still seeing sunshine as well. We do have a chance of showers returning into the evening with a high of 22 in Labrador City, 14 into St. John's. Lots of sunshine throughout your day. Also seeing a chance of showers move in into the evening. For forecast on Tuesday, lots of sunshine still, although we are seeing a chance of showers into the evening for parts of Labrador. Going to see a chance of showers return for the northern region of New Brunswick. And then another low will make its way over on Wednesday, bringing showers and periods of rain across the Maritime region. And for Newfoundland, looking at a chance of showers as well. Labrador seeing a chance of showers and or flurries. That's a look at your weather forecast. Now we'll take a look at the Move Morning Chat.
It's the Move Morning Chat with our friends Aaron and Peter in radio. We're giving away $20,000 as part of a new contest for our new show, which has us saying, oh, if you could use that money to travel anywhere in the world, where would you go and why? Aaron, what prompted this question for you guys?
Well, a list of the happiest places in the world to travel just came out. And I'll tell you right off the top, Portugal is at the top of the list. So maybe add that to your bucket list. But I've never been there. I don't know. The place I want to go so bad, not that far, is Ireland. I have been dying to go to Ireland my whole life. I feel like I should have been born there. I want to go to Dublin, but I also want to go to the really small towns, visit the tiny pubs, listen to live music. It's right up my alley. So that's on my bucket list. Peter.
Okay, so on my bucket list, and I'm going to credit my wife with this, is England, but a very specific part of England. She wants me, and I agree that this would be a great idea, to go to an area called Windermere Lake. And the reason for that is that's where my family came from when they came to this part of the world quite a long time ago. We've been lucky enough to go to Italy, where her family is from. We've been there a couple of times and love it, but she thinks it's time for me to visit the area of England, Windermere Lake, where my family came from before they came to Nova Scotia.
Well, that's so beautiful. My mom, she did immigrate from England, so I do go there when I can to see our extended family. I'm going to keep going with that family tradition as well. I really want to go to South Africa. That's where my grandfather's from.
Wow.
He immigrated from Cape Town. Yeah, when he was a young man, went to England, met my grandmother, and then they immigrated to Canada. I have not been there, and it is on the list. It looks simply gorgeous.
Sounds great. My travel bucket list is very, very long, but definitely on the list is New Zealand. I know you went to Australia recently, which I would love to go to, but definitely New Zealand. I think it's really a cool place. I have friends there. So yeah, gosh, I think this is a cool topic. I know it's gonna be popular with our viewers where they would like to go. But yeah, let's get this party started. 10400 is how you can text us. What's on your travel bucket list and why? Not where you've been, but that's another question for another day. But what's in your travel bucket list? Where would you like to go and why? Let us know. Text us again, 10400. At the end of the show, Amanda will have a roundup of all your answers.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
Well, good morning. It's 6:51. Time now to head to Hollywood for a look at your entertainment headlines.
Taylor Swift's The Official Release Party of a Showgirl easily took the top spot at the box office this weekend. The 3-day release was the cinematic companion to the pop star's 12th studio album release, earning an estimated $33 million domestically, with another $13 million overseas.
Viva la revolution!
One battle after another, starring Leonardo DiCaprio, took the #2 spot at the box office this weekend, bringing in another $11 million here at home in its second week of release. The action thriller, directed by Paul Thomas Anderson, which is already getting Oscar buzz, is now Anderson's highest-grossing film ever, surpassing $100 million globally. Jaden Smith, Coleman Domingo, and Heidi Klum were among the stars of the 2025 Business of Fashion Gala in Paris over the weekend. The event celebrates those shaping the fashion industry, including designers, models, and muses and entrepreneurs. Smith and his sister Willow were named in the Models and Muses category, as well as Domingo.
I'm an actor and a director and a writer, and I didn't know there was a space for me in this fashion world. But I guess fashion needs storytelling. Apparently I know how to tell a story, and I feel like I've been embraced in a beautiful way.
And happy birthday to Elizabeth Shue, the Adventures in Babysitting and Karate Kid actress and producer, turned 62 today. That's what's happening in Hollywood. Jacqueline Lee, ABC News.
All right, well, in case you missed it, AUBC chemistry professors' puzzling hobby is being recognized by the New York Times.
Yes. So put down your pencil, sit back, and enjoy. CTV's Adam Sawatsky fills in the blanks for us.
This is not a story about realizing a childhood dream, because back then, Mark McLaughlin was unaware of a crucial reality.
I'd never even heard of the New York Times when I was a kid.
Instead, Mark would regularly borrow his mom's magazines to complete the printed puzzles before learning how to effortlessly solve a Rubik's Cube.
Everybody would bring their cubes to me at school, and I would solve their cubes.
While he would grow up to become an award-winning chemistry professor, dean of science at UBC, and prolific Aloha shirt wearer,
And I feel like they brighten the day for everybody else in the room.
it wasn't until Mark was pursuing his postgraduate work at MIT in the late 90s that he discovered the pleasure of completing a crossword.
I just completely forget about work and that I have another life and immerse myself in the puzzle.
Until one day, Mark wondered, who actually makes the crosswords?
Found out that anyone can submit a puzzle to the New York Times.
So, Mark taught himself how to design crosswords by hand, which can take between 30 to 80 hours, and started submitting them.
And promptly got it rejected and tried over and over.
But Mark persevered until he finally got his first puzzle published in the Los Angeles Times.
It was amazing. Yeah, super cool to finally get one accepted.
Since then, Mark has upgraded to using a computer to make more than 75 puzzles.
And I like trying to come up with new, clever themes that other people haven't thought about before.
While having a complex puzzle published can earn more than $2,200, Mark says seeing his work printed in the prestigious New York Times Weekend Edition is priceless.
And Sunday New York Times has felt the best.
Bigger than anything else in your career?
I think so.
While the puzzle-loving boy he once was never knew to dream this big,
I never imagined I'd be doing this as a hobby.
the professor he now is hopes his puzzling pastime, like teaching in Aloha shirts or riding with dinosaurs, proves to be both educational and entertaining.
I hope that people enjoy it and learn something new.
Adam Sawatsky, CTV News, Vancouver.
Now, he's fun. Did you even see that coffee mug? All right, happening now in news. The Lake George wildfire in Nova Scotia's Kings County continued to grow over the weekend and is still out of control. Plus, the latest postal strike is dragging on. We're hearing from many who are being impacted by the work stoppage. Plus, for the first time in 3 years, Tim Hortons is increasing its prices, charging more for a cup of joe, reflecting a wider trend of rising coffee prices. We'll have those details coming up in your local news headlines. But first, it's a look at the 3-day forecast with Latavia. We've got a hot day ahead.
Yes, we do, Amanda. Taking a look at our 3-day for New Brunswick. Lots of sunshine across the province today, a high of 30 degrees. Factor in that humidex, feeling more like 35 for parts of the province today. On Tuesday, sunshine continues, evening showers and a high of 25. Cooling down a bit on Wednesday, 17 degrees with rain across the province. Nova Scotia also seeing warm, hot weather today, 28 degrees with sunny skies. On Tuesday, sunshine remains across the province with a high of 25, 22 on Wednesday. Looking at a mix of sun and cloud for Cape Breton, but seeing showers for the rest of the province. Prince Edward Island, a high of 26 today with mainly sunny skies. Sunshine continues on Tuesday with a high of 25, 20 degrees on Wednesday with rain across the island.
It's Monday, October 6th. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, the wildfire in Nova Scotia's Kings County continued to grow over the weekend and is still out of control. Your top news headlines just ahead.
And will the newly announced New Brunswick Homelessness Task Force make a difference in the province? We'll ask a Moncton-based advocate this half hour. That conversation coming up on Your Morning Atlantic.
Good morning. I wasn't sure who was saying hello this morning, but
hello, hello.
Good morning, Atlantic Canada. Thank you so much for joining us. It's 7 o'clock, a whole hour done of our show. It always amazes me because I feel like the first hour really flies by. I don't know about for you.
Because it's so jam-packed with information.
Yeah.
I love it. You may notice that maybe the control room can tell us, has the L-shaped ticker been, is it up yet?
Oh,
it's back. Okay, it was off for a little bit this morning. We just had a few technical issues, but it's back. So I was had the joy of meeting some people who love the changes. I was
wonderful.
Where was I? Was at Grace United Church in Dartmouth. I'd had a massage, and I popped in because there was having a book sale and a new to you sale, and you know I can't resist a new to you sale. And I popped in, and the ladies recognized me from the show. So shout out to the ladies from Grace United Church. It was a great little sale, and they loved the changes.
Aww. Oh, happy to hear it. Can't wait to see what you purchased too.
Well, it wasn't that exciting. I got a coffee maker. And
vital though to our survival.
Yeah, exactly. It's all related. Coffee, the show.
Yeah, exactly.
You might want an iced coffee today, though. Don't put that away just yet because it's just going to feel like summer. You might need the shorts and the summer dress.
Exactly. It's like 1 minute things are cooling down across the region, and then they're heating right back up. So that's the case for today. Here's a live look at a beautiful sunrise starting off your day in Halifax. 14 degrees as of right now, and temperatures will continue to rise as we hit our daytime highs into the afternoon. Over to our current temperatures, as you can see here, pretty mild start to the day for much of the region. 10 degrees heading outdoors in Fredericton, 14 in Charlottetown, 13 early this morning in Sydney, a bit cooler for St. John's, Newfoundland at 2 degrees. We do still have an air quality statement that remains in effect today for Kings County, seeing that reduction in local air quality. Over to our satellite and radar. Pretty clear skies for much of the region, but we do have a bit of precipitation tracking across parts of Cape Breton early in the morning. Parts of Labrador will clear out, leaving sunshine for much of Atlantic Canada today. Because of that, keep in mind sun safety when you are heading out. The UV index still remains moderate across all 3 maritime provinces, tracking low to moderate for Newfoundland and Labrador today. And a breezy wind will return for the Maritimes. As of right now, though, it's a bit light, starting off 28 kilometers per hour in North Cape, 22 in Canso, 17 in Sydney with 19 into Grand Etang. Wind gusts, only 1 to note at this time, 30 kilometers per hour in Sydney. I'll have another look at your long-range forecast, but first, a look at your local news headlines with Amanda.
Thank you so much, Latavia. The wildfire in Nova Scotia's Kings County continued to grow over the weekend and is still considered out of control. The Lake George wildfire is now an estimated 285 hectares or 2.85 square kilometers. DNR's crews have been battling dry and windy conditions. Today's forecast not helping in the firefight. More than 100 firefighters are on scene. As of Sunday, there were no reports of any structure damage. DNR says crews continue to make fire breaks around the perimeter. In Prince Edward Island, 2 residences were destroyed and another was badly damaged in a fire Saturday night in Summerside. Emergency crews responded shortly before midnight to the Belmont Street area. Several vehicles were also badly damaged. No one was hurt. Police say the fire is believed to be suspicious and the cause is under investigation. They're asking anyone with information or surveillance footage to contact police. And about 20 people are displaced after a fire at an apartment building in central Nova Scotia. Also on Saturday, the fire broke out in the afternoon of a 4-unit apartment building on O'Brien Street in Windsor. Windsor Fire Chief James Harvey says there were no injuries and the fire is not deemed suspicious at this time. Officials in central Newfoundland at an airport say staff have noticed an increase in people who appear to have been victims of catfishing schemes. A post on the Gander Airport's Facebook page says more people have been arriving at the airport to meet someone they've been speaking with online, only to find out the person does not exist. The post asks people to be careful if someone they've only met online asks them for money, travel, tickets, or personal details. It also urges everyone to check in on their loved ones, especially seniors. As this latest postal strike drags on, we are hearing from many who are being impacted by the work stoppage, among them charities right across the country. CTV's Paul Hollingsworth profiles a local mission in Halifax that could face a big disruption.
And in our takeouts, Souls Harbor Rescue Mission provides food and housing for thousands of people living in Nova Scotia. Like many charities, it relies on donations to support their programs.
1/3 of our funding stream is people who are donating through the mail system.
Which means this facility is now braced to take a direct hit during the Canada Post strike.
It is incredibly impactful to Souls Harbor and other like charities because we are losing over $1 million in the mail.
That money is needed with the cold winter season fast approaching. Money from the fall fundraising program here at Souls Harbor supports meal programs, feeding people in this province. Volunteers organize hot meals at 9 locations across Nova Scotia.
For Thanksgiving and also for Christmas.
As the work stoppage continues, union leader Dwayne Corner says hurting charities is not the purpose of this strike.
At the end of the day, we want to get back to work. We're not looking to harm these people.
Souls Harbor Rescue Mission CEO Michelle Porter has a message to donors who usually send money in the mail.
If you are able to give a different way than the mail, please call your charity, go online.
Porter says those are solutions that could help to ensure donations keep coming in during the Canada Post strike. Paul Hollingsworth, CTV News, Halifax.
Thank you, Paul. For the first time in 3 years, Tim Hortons is increasing its prices, charging more for a cup of joe, reflecting a wider trend of rising coffee prices.
The problem are U.S. tariffs. The Americans are applying tariffs on Brazilian coffee beans coming from all over the world. And so whenever we actually import coffee beans from the United States, because they're packaged there, processed there, we're paying for that tariff indirectly.
A cup of coffee is going up 1.5%, amounting to a few extra cents. The price of coffee beans has more than doubled over the last 3 years, according to a Tim Hortons spokesperson. Coffee imports from the U.S. also played a role in the price increase. Finally, we love a cute animal on this show. A zoo in Shanghai has a lot to celebrate with its giant pandas, and we just love showing you. 3 giant pandas are celebrating their birthdays. Twin pandas are turning 8, while the third marking its 6th birthday. Zookeepers spent 2 weeks preparing cakes and gifts for the trio. It's a big deal.
Look at how
planning a party and celebration.
So cute.
That lush grass. It's like they're sitting in a big Easter basket.
I know. I don't know if they have water restrictions there. They can water the
It's a fair bit of rain. Fair bit of rain.
Yeah,
nice.
I know. We just enjoy seeing these videos.
I love pandas.
They're cute.
Oh, they
They're
don't even look real, do they?
No. And so clumsy.
Oh, so silly.
Yeah.
Roly-poly. Oh, my gosh. All right. Well, that is, lush there. Also lush on the other coast. We've had drought in our region, and actually I had some friends went apple picking. They said that indeed the apples are a little smaller due to the drought. But on the other coast, they're actually having the opposite problem. They're having an overabundance of fruit.
Oh.
Yeah, this is the cherry situation. BC Fruit Growers Association calling this season the largest sweet cherry crop in provincial history. Some farmers say the cherries are so abundant they've actually had to thin their crop to protect the trees because they're overburdened with the fruit.
Wow.
They can send me there. I'll climb the tree and just eat my way through it. It's a welcome change from last season when they had a deep freeze and that limited production. So things bounced back, which is great news.
Good.
And then some, apparently.
Yeah. Love sweet cherries.
Oh my gosh, they are the best. Always need a bowl nearby though for those pits.
Oh yeah.
Indeed, but an effort totally worth it.
Yeah, it is. Oh my gosh, you might want to grab a summer fruit because it's going to be a hot day today. Latavia will have the forecast. If you have any freezies or popsicles left in the freezer, maybe use those
Get them out.
Also coming up after the break, tackling homelessness in New Brunswick. After a look at national news, we will chat with a Moncton nonprofit that's been creating housing for the city's most vulnerable, and we'll get their thoughts on the new provincial task force that's coming up.
Welcome back, Atlantic Canada, and happy Monday. Time now is 7:13. We're taking a live look at St. John, New Brunswick, seeing the ferry starting to dock very slowly, getting there. 8 degrees right now, early this morning. We are going to see lots of sunshine in your area as the sun begins to rise. As of right now, not a bad start to the day, quite mild for much of the region. A little bit cooler for St. John's, though, with 3 degrees starting off early this morning. 9 in Fredericton with 15 degrees starting off your day in Charlottetown, 14 early this morning in Halifax, and 13 in Sydney. We do still have an air quality statement that remains in effect today for Kings County. Keep in mind, we're seeing a reduction in local air quality due to wildfire smoke. Over to our forecast timeline. A bit of fog early this morning for parts of the Maritime region. Already beginning to dissipate. We are seeing somewhat weather track across parts of the region as well early this morning. A chance of some showers for parts of Cape Breton and Newfoundland. Early this morning as well, seeing showers track across parts of Labrador. And then into the afternoon, we're going to see lots of sunshine as precipitation clears out for much of the region. Sunny, hot conditions today, so keep that in mind when heading out. We are going to see the humidity play a factor into today, so keep in mind sun safety as well. And then into the evening and overnight hours, we do still have a chance of some showers returning to parts of Labrador before the Maritime region remaining clear, taking us into early Tuesday morning. Another sunny, dry day ahead for much of the region. If you are wondering about precipitation totals for Newfoundland and Labrador, only seeing around 2 to 5 millimeters of precipitation today. Over to our forecast today for New Brunswick. Temperatures heating up, ranging from 25 to 30 degrees and sunny skies across the province. A little bit of a breezy wind out of the southwest, 20 gusting to 40. Prince Edward Island's looking at a high of 26 degrees today, mainly sunny skies as well. And then for Cape Breton, eastern mainland Nova Scotia, same thing. 24 to 28 degrees is your daytime high. A bit of shower activity early this morning, clearing out, leaving mainly sunny skies. And that sunshine extending in our forecast for the rest of Nova Scotia with a high of 28 degrees. For Newfoundland and Labrador, seeing sunshine throughout the day today and evening showers, a high of 22 degrees in Labrador City with 14 into St. John's, Newfoundland. Also seeing sunshine throughout the day. We do have a low that will bring showers into the evening as well. Tuesday's forecast, much of the same sunny, dry conditions for much of the region, and then into the evening, seeing a chance of some showers return to the northern region of New Brunswick. Also Labrador and Newfoundland seeing a bit of shower activity into Tuesday night. On Wednesday, we're going to see a low track across the Maritime region, bringing showers and periods of rain. A chance of showers and flurries for parts of Labrador. That's a look at your weather forecast on this Monday. We'll throw things over to Amanda for your national, international news headlines.
Thank you, Latavia. Time is 7:16. Top officials are converging on the Middle East for key talks today between Hamas and Israel in Egypt. Although fighting continues, both Israel and Hamas have shown willingness to accept at least parts of a peace plan led by the United States.
It's a great deal for Israel. It's a great deal for the entire Arab world, Muslim world, and world. So we're very happy about it.
When do you think the hostages will start being freed?
I think very soon. They're in negotiation right now as we speak.
According to U.S. President Donald Trump's plans, Hamas would release all remaining hostages, give up power in Gaza, and disarm. In return, Israel would halt its offensive and withdraw from much of the territory. Talks in Egypt today are expected to focus on the proposed exchange of Israeli hostages for Palestinian prisoners held by Israel. Prime Minister Mark Carney will be looking for a victory when he meets with U.S. President Donald Trump tomorrow. The expectations are high for Carney to reach some sort of trade deal amid the ongoing tariff dispute.
I do think that there is a possible breakthrough here. If you've got 45% tariff on Canadian softwood lumber, the average American might say, well, that's great. You're just giving billions of dollars into our treasury. But hold on, it's not the Canadian government paying that. And it's not even the Canadian companies paying that. It's the American buyers who are paying that. And ultimately, that means American consumers are going to be paying $50,000, $100,000 more for a new house because all the lumber costs 50% more. They're the ones who are paying the tariffs in increased costs for their pickup truck or for their new home. And it's complicated and it's taken a while to get through, but I do believe that the average American is starting to understand that that's the case.
Sources in the federal government say they're cautiously optimistic there could be movement on the sectoral tariffs to steel and aluminum. But so far, the U.S. has shown little wiggle room in those areas. The Prime Minister will be joined by Ministers Anita Anand, Dominic LeBlanc, and Melanie Joly. Finally, the hopes were high and the bats were hot. The Toronto Blue Jays have done it again, this time pounding the Yankees with another powerful performance at home, beating New York 13-7.
He hooks this one down the right field line. It's got some carry and it's gone.
That gives the Jays a 2-0 lead in their best-of-5 American League Division Series. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. hit a grand slam, while Dalton Varsho hit 2 of the Jays' 5 homers. Jays fans hope the team can make it a sweep when Game 3 goes tomorrow at Yankee Stadium in New York. That is a look at your national and international headlines. When we return, we'll have a conversation on addressing homelessness in New Brunswick. That's coming up when your Morning Atlantic returns.
Move Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekday mornings on Move 100. The most fun in the morning. And home of the $1,000 minute. Only on Move 100 Halifax.
Welcome back. It is now 7:22. As the nights grow colder, the urgency to support people experiencing homelessness increases. Last month, the New Brunswick government announced it is setting up a task force to address the situation. The province has set a goal of cutting homelessness by 40% by 2029. Right now, close to 1,000 people in New Brunswick are experiencing chronic homelessness. Joining us from Moncton this morning is affordable housing advocate Dale Hicks with the Rising Tide Community Initiative. So good morning, Dale.
Good morning, Crystal. How are you?
I'm great. I'm really glad that you've joined us this morning, because this is something that a lot of our viewers are concerned about. The task force has been formed. How confident are you that it's going to make a difference?
Well, it's provincial government, and the community has been asking for 5 years now for the provincial government to get involved. I mean, they have provided some funding to the nonprofits, but I call it putting Band-Aids on bullet holes. So now it is their jurisdiction. Municipalities have hesitated to get involved, but now they are. But it rests with provincial government. You've got 5 or 6 departments involved. So I'm encouraged that we're finally going to see some action here.
Yeah. When we see action, what do you think the priority should be?
Well, when they're talking about chronic homelessness, you're talking about individuals who have been, the definition is you've been unhoused for 6 months in a row or 18 months in a 36-month period. And the majority of people who are chronically homeless suffer some degree of addictions or mental health issues. So the first thing they're really going to need to do to come up with is some treatment centers or facilities in order to address those addiction and mental health issues, and then followed by housing once they get that addressed, and they have to build some more supportive housing.
It is challenging. It's the chronic homelessness, I think, that's really an issue. And immediately I know that they're looking at getting people housed, but I guess it is a complicated piece. So your work with Rising Tides, I know that there are actually success stories. There's a whole series on YouTube called Homeless to Housed. Maybe to give people a bit of hope, just you have actually had some success in getting people housed.
Yes, our original mandate 4.5 years ago was to build 153 units of supportive housing in the community. We've got 112 completed. There's been 238 people go through those 112 units of housing. Some of them are still there a couple of years later. Some have got evicted. But we've had some success stories. We've got a current group of 15 or 16 that are getting ready to move out into a private developer's apartment here shortly. So that's a nice story. But the key with the supportive housing, you hear people say housing first, with appropriate services. And so no one has yet to define what appropriate services are, and they probably differ from person to person. So part of the success of supportive housing is having those wraparound services. And it's a nice short term, but it really hasn't been identified to what's the level of those wraparound services that individuals need to maintain their housing.
Is the task force looking at those wraparound services? Because I believe that is the key to solving or making a dent in the chronic homelessness crisis.
Well, you are correct. That's going to be the key. So we're building housing, and we continue to get funding to build housing. We built, along with 153 units that we're tasked to build, we just finished building 40 units for the province, which we turned over to them here. The most recent one was back in August. So we've built 40 units for them. So if you add that to our 153, that's 193 units of housing in the city of Moncton. We're also in the process of building a 30-unit. It was a commercial building that we've taken over, and it's 3 levels. There'll be 2 levels of housing for seniors and primary care clinic on the bottom level. So housing is continuing to go, but it's as you said, it's the wraparound support services that are so key to keeping people housed.
Well, it's conversations like the one. Thank you for joining us this morning. They're going to make sure that this is on the front burner, and we appreciate your time this morning, Dale.
All right, appreciate the opportunity.
That was affordable housing advocate Dale Hicks in Moncton. Your Morning Atlantic will take a break. We'll be back with our show in about 2 minutes' time. The time now is 7:27.
Coming up this half hour in Your Morning Atlantic, looking for a new recipe to try with Nova Scotia apples? Chef Stephen Barrett will show us one with baked brie. We can tell you it already smells good. That's coming up here in 15 minutes on Your Morning Atlantic.
Halfway through the show already. Gosh, the week is off to a great start. Zipping by. We love when Chef Stephen Barrett is in. He's so great. Has such a just genuine nice guy. But it makes me nervous when he's cutting and looking up at the camera.
Oh, I know.
Please just focus on. I don't want you to hurt. We don't want you injured here at CTV Your Morning Atlantic. Okay. That Chef Stephen Barrett, his recipes are winners.
Yes.
I recently had pulled up our interview and I made the corn that he made last time. He cut the corn off the cob and he kind of.
Yes.
Well, I made it that night. It was the family loved it. Even my son, who doesn't really eat vegetables, was into it. So I found a bag of cleaning out the freezer, and I found a bag of frozen corn. Like, what am I going to do with this giant? It was like the pillowcase size. I don't know why I bought it.
Yeah.
But maybe to like ice an injury or something. But I had to use it up anyway. I just heated up in the microwave and then threw that in the pan and used Stephen's recipe. It was delicious again.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Amazing. I have to tell you, when we have our chefs on, I'm definitely saving the recipes, like you, because they're so good. So that one's coming up. I can't wait because, as we mentioned, it smells so good in here right now.
It already does. So it doesn't feel like fall yet, though. Latavia, look how gorgeous it is.
I know. Over in Bellevue Cove, starting off this morning, it's currently 14 degrees. And as you can see here, beautiful sunrise. The sun is going to stretch right across the region today. It's going to be sunny and hot for most of Atlantic Canada. Something to keep in mind when you are heading out today. You won't be needing heavy layers early this morning. It is mild start to the day. 9 degrees right now in Fredericton, 15 starting off your day in Charlottetown with 14 in Halifax, 13 in Sydney. A bit cooler starting off your day in St. John's with 3 degrees. Over to the air quality statement that remains in effect today for Kings County, seeing wildfire smoke causing a reduction in local air quality. Over to our satellite and radar, we do have a bit of precipitation tracking across parts of the region early this morning, but will clear out, leaving lots of sunshine right across the region. Because of that, still talking about the UV index, tracking moderate across all 3 maritime provinces. It will be low to moderate throughout your day for both Newfoundland and Labrador. In terms of the wind, it starts out of the southwest this morning, 28 kilometers per hour in North Cape, 20 into Grand Etang with 19 early this morning in Sydney, 15 kilometers per hour in Canso. No wind gusts at this time, but will be picking up for much of the maritime region into the afternoon. I'll have a look at your long-range forecast ahead, but first a look at your local news headlines with Amanda.
The wildfire in Nova Scotia's Kings County continued to grow over the weekend and is still considered out of control. The Lake George wildfire is now an estimated 285 hectares or 2.85 square kilometers. DNR says crews have been battling dry and windy conditions. As of Sunday, there were no reports of any structure damage. DNR says crews continue to make fire breaks around the perimeter. In Prince Edward Island, 2 residences were destroyed and another badly damaged in a fire Saturday night in Summerside. Emergency crews responded shortly before midnight to the Belmont Street area. Several vehicles were also badly damaged. No one was hurt. Police say the fire is believed to be suspicious and the cause is under investigation. They're asking anyone with information or surveillance footage to contact them. And 10 people have been displaced following a fire at an apartment building in Windsor, Nova Scotia. The fire broke out Saturday afternoon at a 4-unit apartment building on O'Brien Street. Windsor Fire Chief James Harvey says there were no injuries and the fire is not deemed suspicious at this time. Officials at an airport in central Newfoundland say staff have noticed an increase in people who who appear to have been victims of catfishing schemes. A post on the Gander Airport's Facebook page says more people have been arriving at the airport to meet someone they've been speaking with online, only to find out the person does not exist. The post asks people to be careful if someone they've only met online asks them for money, travel tickets, or personal details. It also urges everyone to check in on their loved ones, especially seniors. Records were set over the weekend at the Run for the Cure event in Halifax. The money raised goes toward the search for a cure for a disease that affects 1 in 8 Canadian women. CTV's Jonathan McGuinness was there and reports.
They say there is strength in numbers.
But to see a big sister brotherhood, to support strangers you don't know, that really warms a person's heart.
A record turnout of walkers and runners took part in the Canadian Cancer Society's annual Run for the Cure event Sunday in Halifax. All of them out to support friends, loved ones, and strangers affected by breast cancer.
We've had over 1,400 participants show up, and we exceeded our fundraising goal, which was $375,000. We've raised over $460,000 and counting.
Breast cancer is the most commonly diagnosed cancer among Canadian women. The money raised goes toward research, compassionate care, and advocacy.
I had breast cancer 3 years ago in August.
Kelinda Lasamosa found a lump during a routine self-examination. Statistics show 1 in 8 Canadian women will be diagnosed in their lifetime.
At 30 years old, I was able to get my mammogram, my biopsy, and then my husband and I met with the incredible Dr. Top, who told me I had breast cancer.
This marks the 31st year the event has been held in Halifax, with people taking part as a survivor or in support of someone with breast cancer.
My mom is a breast cancer survivor, and she's been free for 7 years now, so I'm running for her today.
I'm here to support not only my aunt, but everybody else that I have lost and everybody else that has lost somebody.
The event's slogan is "One day of endless impact." With hundreds of thousands of dollars raised, the hope is that will translate into a cure for a disease that affects so many. Jonathan McGuinness, CTV News, Halifax.
Thank you, Jonathan. Finally, a corn maze in western New Brunswick is paying tribute to legendary Canadian rock band Blue Rodeo.
Been a fan ever since I can remember. I mean, since Blue Rodeo started. I remember listening to them in my tractor. Someone gave me a tape.
It's beautiful. I mean, we just saw pictures of it a couple of days ago, and it's truly, it's amazing. Beautiful.
This is a sign of fall. The Hunter Brothers Farm in Florenceville has created a 6-acre puzzle celebrating the band's 40 years together. The farm has been creating corn maze art for 25 years now. They've done nods to Gordon Lightfoot, Stan Rogers, and Terry Fox, to name a few. It takes a long time to put this together. They think of a design, then they work with a graphic designer to draw it out, and then an engineer plots out exactly where they need to remove the corn. And
fascinating.
That results in this.
I was gonna ask, I'm like, how do you know where to go?
This is the thing.
I would butcher that.
It's fascinating.
And you could get lost in it too. And the fact that, you know, you've got a response from Jim Cuddy too saying, I love it.
Incredible.
I love it. Maybe they'll
So
go
cool.
sing there. That would be fun.
Oh my gosh, could you imagine? But yeah, that farm every year does a fantastic job. Sign of the fall season for sure.
Definitely. Okay. 'Tis the season for pumpkins, okay? This one's worth a second look, all right? This is a gorgeous gourd. L. Ray Morgan has been growing giant pumpkins for years. Now, he's in North Carolina, but it's still so big I thought you needed to see it. Wow. The biggest this year is between 1,700 and 1,800 pounds, or just over 800 kilos. It's a big pumpkin. He has goals of a pumpkin bigger than that. However, he hopes to break the 2,000-pound barrier one day. Look at his custom lights. I know, imagine like the jack-o'-lantern. Or, yeah, incredible.
Wow, that is so cool. Gosh, you turn it into a carriage.
You absolutely
I'll take you to the ball.
Yes.
That, just put wheels on that, grab a couple of white horses.
Where's Cinderella at? Yep.
Exactly.
You could probably buy yourself your own carriage too with our contest.
You absolutely could. So it's time now to remind you of our code word today. You can win a staggering $20 $1,000. All you have to do is go to our website. There's a little contest thing up at the top. It's the first time you've entered. You put in the word shop today. The word is shop, S-H-O-P. And you can also, there's a little QR code sometimes that we pop up on the screen that'll show you as well. And you can just enter that way. But it's really, really easy. And then tomorrow, tune in again. Oh, here we go. They're going to show you the QR code. Hurrah, hooroo. 20K could be yours. Shop is the word. You plug that in when you go to our website, or the QR code takes you directly to the site. And yeah, just every day we're going to have a code word. So today's is shop. Tomorrow will be a new word, new chance to win. And so we look forward to you joining us.
All the pumpkins you could buy.
Oh, so many pumpkins. That's not what people can be buying with the pumpkins.
Okay, from pumpkins and other delicious treats, coming up, we're going to have something that you can really impress your Thanksgiving dinner guests with, because that's coming up this weekend. Chef Stephen Barrett is standing by in the Your Morning kitchen with a recipe for baked brie featuring local apples. That's after the latest look at the very hot forecast with Latavia when we return.
Here's a live look at McAdam this morning. Welcome back. The time now is 7:44. You can see the train station over there. Currently 8 degrees starting off your day. Lots of sunshine will be sticking around today, and temperatures will be heating up a little bit later on. A mild start to the day for much of the region, a bit cooler for parts of the region as well, like 3 degrees over in St. John's early this morning. 9 degrees starting off your day in Fredericton, with 15 in Charlottetown, 14 early this morning in Halifax, and 13 into Sydney. We do still have an air quality statement in effect for Kings County, seeing a reduction in local air quality due to wildfire smoke, so keep that in mind if you are heading out there today. Lots of sunshine early this morning for much of Atlantic Canada. We do have a bit of precipitation tracking across the region as well. Looking at a chance of showers early in the morning for parts of Labrador, into parts of Newfoundland and Cape Breton Island early this morning. That will clear, leaving sunshine for much of the region. Sunny, hot conditions remain, so keep this in mind when you are heading out today. Humidity will play a factor in the forecast as well, and sun safety is key. Taking us into the evening and overnight hours, clear skies remain for much of the region. We are going to see pretty warm temperatures for our lows tonight. Taking us into early Tuesday, clear skies, sunshine, and dry conditions for much of the region yet again. If you are wondering about the precipitation, tracking across parts of Newfoundland and Labrador is going to remain quite light, only seeing around 2 to 5 millimeters. Over to our forecast today for New Brunswick. Daytime highs are heating up. Highs will range from 25 to 30. Lots of sunshine across the province today. Wind will be picking up out of the southwest, 20 gusting to 40. Same thing goes for Prince Edward Island. Looking at a high of 26 degrees and sunshine sticking around throughout the day. For Cape Breton, eastern mainland Nova Scotia, highs between 24 to 28 degrees and a high of 28 for the rest of Nova Scotia, seeing sunshine stick around throughout the day as well. For Newfoundland and Labrador, we are going to see a high of 22 degrees for Labrador City. Mainly sunny skies throughout the day. Showers arrive into the evening. Same thing goes for St. John's with a high of 14 degrees, mainly sunny skies, showers into the evening. For forecast on Tuesday, starting off sunny and dry, and then as we head towards the evening, we do have a low that will track across parts of the region, bringing a chance of showers to the northern region of New Brunswick, across parts of Newfoundland and Labrador. Into Wednesday's forecast, a wet day ahead for much of the region, showers and periods of rain for the Maritimes, a chance of showers and flurries for parts of Labrador and Newfoundland, seeing wet weather as well. That's a look at your weather forecast. We'll throw things over to Crystal.
Lots of time.
Thanks, Latavia, 7:46. And as we prepare for Thanksgiving, we've got a tasty treat for you. If you're in need of a new dish to serve, Chef Stephen Barrett has you covered. He joins us now with a delicious, tasty bakery that'll have your guests gobbling it up for the Thanksgiving dinner. Hey, Stephen.
Nice. I like what you did there.
Do you talk turkey? There we go.
Yeah, so we're doing a baked brie. We have phyllo pastry. We have brie. You can really top it with anything. So I've seen people top it with nuts or berries or jam. I brought a little jam. You can do that. But today we're going to use apples. They're in season. We picked these in the valley this weekend. Go grab yourself some apples. It's a nice tart, crunch that's going to cut the brie and
totally.
So,
and this is just phyllo pastry.
So we have phyllo pastry, and this is all we're going to do. We're just going to paint. It's just phyllo pastry, butter, brie. So just paint on a little bit of butter. I'll do the first one, and I'll hand it over to you.
Oh, there's several layers.
We're going to do 5 to 8 layers.
Oh, okay.
This one's falling apart on us, but it doesn't matter.
Still use it. Yeah. Who cares?
There we go. And you can do the same thing. And,
yep.
And so the butter, it's delicious. It's also going to bind those pieces of paper together, the phyllo pastry, and then when you bake it, it's just going to help crisp everything up.
Well, this is fun.
Yeah, and we do a couple, we do, you know, 5, 6, 7, 8 sheets, depending on how big of a crunch you want. It doesn't really matter. And then we just have our brie. I have some nicely thinly sliced apples. We're going to top it with honey, a bit of apple, chuck it in the oven. I put mine on at 400 degrees, 15, 20 minutes, or until it's nice and brown and crispy.
Love that. Okay,
and that's it.
Well, let's go into it step by step. I think this is 4. We're almost at our max layers here.
Yeah.
So when it comes to apples, I know that we have the Nova Scotia Apple Association board on. Certain apples are better for cooking, but I need to tell you my secret, and maybe you agree, maybe you have some advice. I use up whatever apples are kind of going brown and gross in my fridge.
Yeah.
And that's the ones that I use.
Yeah,
how about you? Do you have a particular apple you like to use?
It's same thing. Whatever you got on hand. You know, some are going to be a little bit more tart. Some will be a little bit sweeter. I know the Granny Smith kind of have that characteristic tart bite, or the Honey Crisps are big and juicy.
Sure.
So you can cater it to your flavor profile, but at the end of the day, if you have some apples, you want to use them up, you can kind of use anything.
Absolutely.
Right?
You went apple picking with the kids. They dropped a bunch on the ground. Those are the ones you can cut up and use for this baked brie.
Yes, it doesn't matter.
Perfect timing with the butter. It's just the right amount. There we go. Bing, bang, bong.
So grab that brie, stick it right here in the middle, and then we're just going to take these apples and we're just going to make a little layer all the way around, right?
Oh, pretty. Those are also beautifully thinly sliced.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, nice and thin. They can be a little bit thicker if you want. Doesn't really matter.
Okay. I like the way you've got them like Martha Stewarting around there.
I would have, well, we're rushing here. This would be prettier if I had my time, but, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, and you're going to bake it, so.
Yeah. And you're going to, you know, grab some honey now, give it a little squirt on the top.
How much? You know, I need
direction. As much as you want, maybe about a teaspoon.
Okay, well, that's not that much.
No. There you go. Perfect. Okay. Then we can take this. I'll let you do this. Just kind of grab it and wrap it up like a present.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
so grab the sides.
Yep.
Wrap it all up.
Oh, like
squeeze
just gather it all up at the top.
Yep.
Okay,
Give
like
it a good squeeze.
Like a little pouch.
Yep. And then you can drop it right here in our little brie baking dish.
What if you don't have a brie baking dish?
I'll show you what we're going to do. I just put the other one on a cookie sheet. So we're going to go ahead, take this, put it in the oven. The magic of television. I'll be right back. That is in. This one is out. And then we can slice into it, and that's it. You know, easy.
Oh, wow. So you can just put it on a baking sheet if you don't have the bakery dish.
Doesn't matter.
Look how pretty that is. Careful. Careful now.
It's hot. We'll be all right. There we go.
That's adorable.
Yes. And now we can slice it up, get into it.
I saw you.
Move these out of the way.
Look at a little cleaver. Look at this fun little cleaver. And okay, I'm just cutting into it.
Just cut into it, and then you just scoop it onto. Everything should be nice and gooey.
It's wonderful. How long did you bake this at? What temperature?
We baked it for about 20 minutes at 400 degrees.
Okay, there's the brie. There's a little bit. I can see a little bit. Okay, that's it.
That's it.
Give it a taste.
You can serve it with.
Ooh, that's hot.
It's going to be hot. You can put nuts. You can have jams. You can do other fruit, pistachios, whatever you have hanging around. Chuck it on your brie. Even things like rosemary or thyme, something a little bit savory will work as well.
Another winner.
That's it. And how long did it take us to put together?
Like enough time that we did it handily in the time we had, so easy peasy.
Easy peasy.
Great job.
Yep. Make sure you take out your phyllo pastry the night before, or you can't do this.
Okay, that's a great tip. Okay, so this whole recipe's on our website, and you can check it out. But Amanda, this is maybe not healthy, but this is delicious.
This is unreal. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, good.
So easy. Bring it out Thanksgiving, Christmas. You have friends over for, you know, some wine or whatever.
Okay.
This is it.
Meg is even another winner. Okay, so Amanda, let's check out Health and Medical News.
I'm going to add that to the weekend. I'm going to say it is good for you. Health and Medical News now. The diet researchers say could improve the health of humans and the planet. It is one of the topics in Your Health. A new scientific report suggests adopting a diet that is good for the planet could feed the world by 2050. The report was put together by a commission comprised of leading experts from various fields from more than 35 countries. Using advanced modeling methods, they found more than 9 billion people could eat nutritiously and equitably in the decades to come if they adopted a plant-friendly diet. That kind of diet is very similar to the Mediterranean diet and focuses on fruits, vegetables, legumes, and whole grains. There is only a moderate consumption of meat and dairy. According to the report, about 30% of global gashouse emissions comes from food production. The report says a planet-friendly diet could help cut the emissions related to food production by nearly half. The report also estimated roughly 15 million premature deaths could be prevented every year if everyone around the world followed the diet. The report was published by the 2025 Eat Lancet Commission on Healthy Diets from Sustainable Food Systems. Finally, cosmetics with added SPF may seem like a convenient shortcut in your beauty routine, but dermatologists don't recommend relying on them to protect your skin from sun damage. Experts say if you're spending time outdoors, you need a separate broad-spectrum sunscreen with an SPF of 30 or higher to ensure your skin is fully protected. It's not that makeup with SPF doesn't work, it's just that you need to slather on generous amounts to get adequate coverage, way more than would easily blend into your skin. Instead, apply sunscreen first, give it a few minutes to absorb, then apply your makeup on top.
I have one milestone to pass along for you today. It's a 67th anniversary for Fred and Valerie Williams of Haneytown, New Brunswick, or Haneytown. I'm not sure how to pronounce that.
Well, happy anniversary, you two. 67 years is a huge accomplishment.
Incredible. All right, well, to see your milestone again or to find out how to submit one, visit our website by scanning the QR code on your screen. And a reminder, milestones must be received 2 weeks in advance.
Milestones, brought to you by the Berkeley Retirement Residences. Love this stage of life.
All right, well, if you ask anybody who rides a motorcycle, they'll probably tell you that they love feeling the wind in their face.
And that's the case with this man in our next story. His dogs also love it, and that's why he takes them with him on the road whenever possible. ABC's Danny New has a story.
A man and his dogs riding through the Midwest with the wind in their hair and in their appropriate eyewear.
It's fun. It really is.
Jerry Dale here lives in Derby, Kansas, a perfect place to have two dogs with a unique desire to ride around on a motorcycle with Dad. His pit bull mix in the sidecar, that's Harper. She was the first one to demand to hit the open road.
We were walking her, let her go to the bathroom, and walked by the Harley, and she jumped up on the seat.
But only Charlie here is allowed to ride on the highway in his vet-approved backpack and what Jerry refers to as his doggles. In fact, this video has picked up more than 20 million views on TikTok, in part because folks are blown away by something special Charlie does at the end of each ride with those doggles. All right, buddy. When they're done and they park, Charlie knows he can finally take them off. One commenter writing, he looks like a real-life Snoopy.
Oh, he's fascinated with you, isn't he?
I love you, in case that wasn't clear. But what really makes these dogs so special is how much they've overcome. Harper here was rescued by a shelter after being dumped in a winter storm with buckshot in her hip. Meanwhile, Jerry found Charlie abandoned in the middle of the road with worms and more than 80 ticks.
The vet said he was probably 24 to 48 hours away from death when I found him.
Well, now they're having the time of their lives on the open road, and Jerry says he notices some jealousy when they pull up next to other dogs.
It's almost like you can see them going, why can't I do that?
And if you're wondering, yes, Charlie's ears are dyed. Jerry said it kind of started as a joke after they first shaved him down, and now he goes to the groomer every 5 weeks. I just love it because it makes him look even more like Snoopy. In New York, for ABC News, I'm Danny New.
All right, taking a look at our 3-day forecast. Lots of sunshine across New Brunswick today with a high of 30 degrees. Sunshine sticks around on Tuesday, but we do have some wet weather into the evening on Tuesday and carrying into our forecast for Wednesday. Periods of rain cooling down to 17. Nova Scotia looking at lots of sunshine today as well with a high of 28. Sunny, dry conditions remain on Tuesday. On Wednesday, looking at a mix of sun and cloud for Cape Breton, but seeing showers across the province, a high of 22. For Prince Edward Island, 26 degrees today with mainly sunny skies. Sunshine on Tuesday as well. Cooling down a bit on Wednesday, 20 degrees with periods of rain. Time now, 7:57. We'll be right back.
It's Monday, October 6th. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, the wildfire in Nova Scotia's Kings County continued to grow over the weekend and is still out of control. And the hot and dry forecast not helping conditions. Your top news headlines just ahead.
And October is Small Business Month. We'll chat with a consumer finance expert about ways to support aspiring entrepreneurs. That's coming up.
Good morning. You have just entered the 8 o'clock hour with us here on Your Morning Atlantic. We've already had an incredible 2 hours here with Chef Stephen Barrett, having plans for Thanksgiving. Had us even talking too about, can you believe that Thanksgiving is coming up this weekend?
It's days away.
Days away.
Wild.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it really is. And if you're thinking, oh my gosh, maybe I'm kind of dreading a get together, or what do I do in this awkward situation? Our etiquette expert, Julie Blake Como, is going to be on the show on Friday.
Nice.
And she's going to be talking about maybe some ways you can handle some awkward situations, if that could be a possibility for you.
Andy, I'll tell you, all I care about right now is making that baked brie that Stephen just made.
I know,
so
easy.
Good.
Oh, yeah.
What I loved about his version is, well, first of all, the phyllo, which adds a nice zing, but it just the apples, there was, and the honey, like the salt from the butter really spoke. Like it was it's subtle and really delicious.
That sounds
like it lets the
amazing.
valley apples have the spotlight.
And what do you say? Take the phyllo pastry out of the freezer the night
before. Yeah.
night before.
So there you go.
Great advice.
Anyway, probably not something you'll be doing today. You can maybe bake it on the barbecue.
Yeah, you may not want to cook indoors today. It's going to be rather hot across the region. Here's a live look at Port de Grave early this morning. The sun is shining, although cooler from Newfoundland this morning. 3 degrees in your area, and also 3 degrees starting off your day in St. John's. Bit warmer for the Maritime region with 9 degrees in Fredericton, 15 starting off your day in Charlottetown with 14 in Halifax, 13 in Sydney. Still seeing that air quality statement in effect for Kings County due to wildfire smoke, seeing a reduction in local air quality. And unfortunately, we are not going to see precipitation in that region today. Lots of sunny, hot, dry conditions for much of Atlantic Canada today. And because of that, we are keeping in mind sun safety. The UV index remains moderate for all 3 maritime provinces. And then for Newfoundland and Labrador, it is tracking low to moderate throughout your day. In terms of the wind, it will be picking up, a bit breezy today for the Maritime region, but as of right now, 28 kilometers per hour in North Cape, 20 into Grand Etang, 19 kilometers per hour in Sydney with 15 in Canso. No wind gusts to report at this time. I'll let you know when precipitation will return in our forecast, in the long-range forecast, but first, a look at your local news headlines with Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. And we could use some rain. The wildfire in Nova Scotia's Kings County grew over the weekend, and it is still considered out of control. The Lake George wildfire is now an estimated 285 hectares or 2.85 square kilometers. DNR says crews have been battling dry and windy conditions. As of Sunday, there were no reports of any structure damage. DNR says crews continue to make fire breaks around the perimeter. In Prince Edward Island, 2 residences were destroyed and another badly damaged in a fire Saturday night in Summerside. Emergency crews responded shortly before midnight to the Belmont Street area. Several vehicles were also badly damaged. No one was hurt. Police say the fire is believed to be suspicious and the cause is under investigation. They are asking anyone with information or surveillance footage to contact them. And 10 people are displaced following an apartment building fire in Windsor, Nova Scotia. That blaze broke out Saturday afternoon at a 4-unit apartment building on O'Brien Street. Windsor Fire Chief James Harvey says there were no injuries and the fire is not deemed suspicious at this time. For the first time in 3 years, Tim Hortons is increasing its prices, charging more for a cup of joe, reflecting a wider trend of rising coffee prices.
The problem are U.S. tariffs. The Americans are applying tariffs on Brazilian coffee beans coming from all over the world. And so whenever we actually import coffee beans from the United States, because they're packaged there, processed there, we're paying for that tariff indirectly.
A cup of coffee is going up 1.5%, amounting to a few extra cents. The price of coffee beans has more than doubled over the last 3 years, according to a Tim Hortons spokesperson. Coffee imports from the U.S. also played a role in the price increase. Officials at an airport in central Newfoundland say staff have noticed an increase in people who appear to have been victims of catfishing schemes. A post on the Gander Airport's Facebook page says more people have been arriving at the airport to meet someone they've been speaking with online, only to find the person doesn't exist. The post asks people to be careful if someone they've only met online asks them for money, travel tickets, or personal details. It also urges everyone to check in on their loved ones, especially seniors. Finally, a former Cape Breton University soccer player is turning a serious health scare a few years back into an opportunity to help others now and into the future. And as CTV's Ryan McDonald shows us, her campaign is raising money and awareness.
3 years ago, Janelle Tierney was living a dream, playing varsity soccer for Cape Breton University. But when she had hip surgery heading into her second season, it changed her life in a way she couldn't have imagined.
3 weeks post-surgery, I ended up with pain in my shoulder, and I went into the hospital where I was diagnosed with a pulmonary embolism.
In layperson's terms, it was a blood clot in her lung that ended her soccer career and could have been life-threatening.
Had I not gone to the hospital when I did, I could have ended up in a much different situation. The doctors said that a lot of people who experienced a pulmonary embolism to the degree I did often don't survive it.
Just knowing her story, it's impactful, and it's always great to support in any way that we can.
Lately, CBU Athletics has been helping Tierney promote her second annual fundraising and awareness event called Unblock the Clot. It's a community walk and run with proceeds going to support thrombosis patients in the local area.
So if it's the 50-50 here at the game, as well as ahead of time the awareness to sign up and register and knowing what Unblock the Clot means and how to support it.
The fundraiser itself will take place next Saturday, October the 11th, here at the CBU soccer field and track. And with the event still a few days away, Janelle and her friends are already well on their way to reaching their fundraising goal.
Our goal is $10,000, so right now we're at $5,400, so we're getting close.
As for how she is doing these days, Tierney says she will be taking blood thinners for the rest of her life, but the fact she's been able to return to her studies and a normal life could serve as inspiration for other people with a similar diagnosis.
I'm back, I'm fully recovered, and I don't experience any pain or any issues anymore.
Turning a negative into a positive while helping others in her community. Ryan McDonald, CTV News, Sydney.
What a story.
Yeah. Thank you, Ryan, for that report, and wishing her all the best with that upcoming event as well.
Next week, okay? Or just this weekend?
Yeah.
Yep. This Saturday coming.
Thanksgiving long weekend.
All right. Have you ever tried to scale a climbing wall?
No.
Have you ever tried it before?
Yeah, like indoor rock climbing?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, I've done that. I thought you were talking about like the intense outdoor.
Well, there's that too.
Parkour.
It's
like,
pretty hard, right?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It's hard to, so imagine this extreme climbing. This is one for the professionals only.
Oh, no.
This is Slovenian climber Domen Skovic. He's made history in a wild way. He is the first person to successfully complete a climbing route while flying. He pulled it off at 2,500 feet on a glider with a specially constructed route under the wings. Not surprisingly, he said it was harder than he thought it would be.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, did you say the first successful person? What happened?
Yeah, I don't.
To the
Okay,
other
but
attempts?
I think they just maybe didn't finish the climb.
Okay,
Yeah, but they had a parachute.
They had a parachute.
Yeah.
He's got a parachute, but still. So you talk about the rock wall, you talk about the actual climbing, but this is wild.
Yeah, that's intense.
That's something
very intense.
You tell your parents about after you did it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Not before. Yeah.
The gravity and oh my gosh, the gravity of the situation.
Oh gosh. Wow.
Yeah, no,
That's intense.
That's for him. That's for him.
That's for him.
Yeah, that's for him.
Coming up, this is more our style.
Yes.
Makeup artist Shobana Laka Valley will share some product suggestions that people can incorporate into a minimal effort beauty routine.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Yes,
that's where I get dangerous. But before that, though, tips for small business owners. Our partner, Barry Choi, is standing by with advice for finding the right kind of insurance for your business needs. You don't want to be too risky with that. Yep. Your Morning Atlantic will be right back.
Welcome back. The time now is 8:12. We're taking a live look at Moncton. 14 degrees starting off your day. Lots of sunshine in store for you as well. And we are going to see a daytime high in your area of 30. Factor in the humidity, feeling more like 35. So it's going to be quite a hot day ahead, but a mild start to the day first across the region. 9 degrees heading outdoors in Fredericton, 15 starting off your day in Charlottetown and in Halifax, with 14 in Sydney, 6 degrees into St. John's. We still have an air quality statement that remains in effect for Kings County, seeing a reduction in local air quality due to wildfire smoke. Over to our forecast timeline. We had a bit of fog early this morning for parts of the region, already dissipating. Pretty clear skies for much of the region early this morning. We are going to see lots of sunshine today in our forecast, but also seeing a bit of precipitation tracking across parts of Labrador and into Newfoundland. We will be seeing a bit of clearing of that precipitation for Labrador. Lots of sunshine for you today. We do have another low that will make its way over into the evening, bringing showers back around for parts of Labrador. Other than that, going to remain quite clear for the Maritime region. Warmer lows tonight, taking us into early Tuesday morning. Clear skies, sunny, dry conditions yet again for Tuesday, and quite a hot day ahead yet again. For our forecast today for New Brunswick, temperatures heating up today, 25 to 30 degrees. Wind picking up as well out of the southwest, 20 gusting to 40. Another sunny day ahead for Prince Edward Island with a high of 26 degrees. And then for Cape Breton, eastern mainland Nova Scotia, we saw early showers that already cleared out, leaving mainly sunny skies for the remainder of the day. Highs between 24 to 28. And for the rest of Nova Scotia, a high of 28 degrees today and lots of sunshine throughout your day as well. For Newfoundland and Labrador, going to see sunshine today. We do have a low that will track across parts of Labrador, bringing showers into the evening. A high of 22 degrees for Labrador City. Same thing goes for St. John's, a high of 14. Lots of sunshine throughout your day. Showers arrive into the evening. Tuesday's forecast, sunny, dry conditions for much of Atlantic Canada. And then into the evening, we will be seeing a chance of showers return for the northern region of New Brunswick. Still seeing some wet weather across Labrador. And then into Wednesday's forecast, seeing that heavier rainfall across parts of the Maritime region. And seeing a chance of showers and or flurries return to parts of Labrador. That's a look at your weather forecast. We'll throw things over to Amanda for your national and international news headlines.
Thanks, Latavia. Top officials are converging on the Middle East for key talks today between Hamas and Israel and Egypt. Although fighting continues, both Israel and Hamas have shown willingness to accept at least parts of a peace plan led by the United States.
It's a great deal for Israel. It's a great deal for the entire Arab world, Muslim world, and world. So we're very happy about it.
When do you think the hostages will start being freed?
I think very soon. They're in negotiation right now as we speak.
According to U.S. President Donald Trump's plans, Hamas would release all remaining hostages, give up power in Gaza, and disarm. In return, Israel would halt its offensive and withdraw from much of the territory. Talks in Egypt today are expected to focus on the proposed exchange of Israeli hostages for Palestinian prisoners held by Israel. Prime Minister Mark Carney will be looking for a victory when he meets with Trump tomorrow. The expectations are high for Carney to reach some sort of trade deal amid the ongoing tariff dispute.
I do think that there is a possible breakthrough here. If you've got 45% tariff on Canadian softwood lumber, the average American might say, well, that's great. You're just giving billions of dollars into our treasury. But hold on. It's not the Canadian government paying that. And it's not even the Canadian companies paying that. It's the American buyers who are paying that. And ultimately, that means American consumers are going to be paying $50,000, $100,000 more for a new house because all the lumber costs 50% more. They're the ones who are paying the tariffs in increased costs for their pickup truck or for their new home. And it's complicated and it's taken a while to get through, but I do believe that the average American is starting to understand that that's the case.
Sources in the federal government say they're cautiously optimistic there could be movement on the tariffs to steel and aluminum, but so far the U.S. has shown little wiggle room on its tariffs. The Prime Minister will be joined by Ministers Anita Anand, Beauséjour MP, Dominic LeBlanc, and Melanie Joly. The Toronto Blue Jays are flying high as they hit the road in their American League Division Series against the New York Yankees.
He hooks this one down the right field line. It's got some carry, and it's gone.
After scoring a whopping 23 runs over 2 big victories at Rogers Centre, the Blue Jays travel to the Bronx, where they will try to sweep the series tomorrow night. With a Game 3 win at New York, stats show that teams that win the first 2 games in a best-of-5 MLB setup end up winning the series 89% of the time. A win will send Toronto to the AL Championship Series. A quick break here on your Morning Atlantic. When we return, we'll have your 20K giveaway keyword and more. That's when we return.
Move Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekday mornings on Move 100. The most fun in the morning. And home of the $1,000 minute. Only on Move 100 Halifax.
Your Morning Atlantic just got a whole lot richer. We're giving away $20,000. It's time for today's code word. Today's code word is shop. So head over to our contest page on ctvatlantic.ca or scan the QR code on your screen. Enter shop along with your information for a chance to win CTV Your Morning Atlantic's $20,000 giveaway. Make sure to watch us tomorrow for a brand new code word. All right, now we're going to throw things over to Crystal.
Thanks, Latavia. It is now 8:21. October is Small Business Month, and a recent survey by TD Insurance shows that nearly 1/3 of business owners cite rising operation costs as their top challenge. That's up from 29% last year. Joining us now to chat about insurance is our partner and consumer finance contributor, Barry Choi, with some tips to support aspiring entrepreneurs. So good morning, Barry.
Good morning. Good to be back.
Great to have you. So let's just start with the beginning. Where does an entrepreneur need to start these days?
You know, it's got to be a business plan. When I was thinking about changing jobs, quitting my full-time job, I was like, I need a business plan. I'm a freelance writer, so I'm like, you know what? I'm going to figure out where I want to write for, you know, what my expected income, because it's tough as a freelancer. So the business plan doesn't need to be difficult. Think about who you're going to market to, what services and products you're going to offer, what your expected income and expenses are going to be. Now, some people don't use a business plan. That's fine, but you're going to be freestyling, and that's not good for everyone.
No, for sure. Okay, so new business owners, they're thinking about cash flow, but I have heard that insurance is also something they need to consider. Is that true?
That's right. You know, according to that TD Insurance study, 94% of business owners have insurance, but only 52% use it when there's an emergency. Now, I know that may sound odd, but the reality is not every business has the right insurance. What I mean by that is think about a coffee shop or a bakery owner. You know, they will naturally know to get insurance to cover their contents and their storefront. And probably they also know to get liability insurance in case a customer hurts themselves in their store. But what happens if a pipe bursts and you lose income because you have to close your store? That's where business interruption insurance comes into place, because it can replace some of your income and possibly cover some of your expenses. This is why it's so important to talk to a TD Insurance licensed advisor. They can go over different policy insurances, they can customize it for you, and explain any questions that you may have.
Okay, yes, so that's important to talk to somebody to figure out the kind of insurance you need. I know you had an example of how insurance saved your bacon in your business. Can you share that with our viewers?
Yeah, so me personally, it's weird. As a freelancer, you don't realize that you need different types of insurance. So when I was onboarding a new client, they said, hey, do you have a liability insurance as a writer? I need $1 million with an insurance. I was like, that sounds nuts to me, because at the time I was new, it was very foreign to me. I called up my TD Insurance advisor and said, hey, what do I need here? And they kind of explained why I needed it, and it was very clear to me. And it actually made sense to me to get additional insurance, so I'm glad I spoke to them. So a lot of people think about insurance as getting it as cheap as possible, and that's not what you want to do. You want to get the right policy that protects you as your business grows, because you spend so much time building your business. You don't want to mess things up. So if you go to tdinsurance.com/small business, you can get a quote online. You can request a licensed advisor reach out to you, or you can even learn more about small business insurance in general.
Okay, we got about a minute left, Barry. So what would you say to a business owner who, you said operating costs are rising and that concerns a lot of businesses. What would you say to a business owner who's like, well, I'm not going to spend the money on insurance because I've already got a bunch of expenses?
Well, that's the tricky part with the insurance, right? So there are some things that are priority, and this is what I was saying about you need to speak to a licensed advisor, because understandably, if you're a new business owner, and like you said, money is tight, certain insurance policies will be nice to have, but not a priority. And I can't answer that for you, and that's why you've really got to speak to a licensed TD Insurance advisor, because you want to speak to an expert, because there's so many different scenarios, and you just don't want to be caught off guard. Again, you've built your business, you put your life into it. Why would you want to mess things up?
Yeah, I mean, that's what insurance is for. It's for one of those unforeseen emergencies. Barry, thank you so much for this advice.
No problem, anytime.
We put a link to more information for entrepreneurs on our website as well. Your Morning Atlantic will be right back after we get a little check-in with the forecast from Latavia.
Thanks, Crystal. It's heating up across New Brunswick today with a high of 30 degrees. Sunny, dry conditions remain for the most part on Tuesday. We do have a chance of showers returning into the evening. Cooling down a bit, 17 on Wednesday with periods of rain tracking across the province. Nova Scotia looking at sunny, dry conditions today with a high of 28, 25 degrees on Tuesday with sunshine sticking around. Cape Breton will see sunshine throughout the day on Wednesday, showers for the remainder of the province. And then for Prince Edward Island, looking at a high of 26, mainly sunny skies. And on Tuesday, lots of sunshine with a high of 25. Wednesday, looking at rain across the island with a high of 20. That's a look at your weather forecast. We'll throw things back to Crystal.
Thanks, Latavia. This is a reminder that you can connect with us, and it's easier than ever now. First of all, we still accept your emails at yourmorningatlantic@ctv.ca. Send us your photos, videos. If you have any questions, you can give us actual information there as well. For example, if there's a traffic tie-up in your area. But here's where it's really fun. You can text us now. 10400 is all you have to do. Just open up the chat box, put 10400 in. You'll get a few little prompts, and then you're in. And the standard data and messaging rates do apply, but in most cases it may not actually apply at all to you, depending on the plan you have. So 10400, you can easily send us your videos and photos through that little text portal there. All right, it is now 8:27. We'll take a break and be back with more Your Morning Atlantic right after this.
Still ahead this morning, how to get more from your beauty routine with minimal effort. Makeup artist Shobana Lakavalli will show us how. That's in our last 30 minutes here on Your Morning Atlantic.
Welcome back, and thank you so much for joining us. It's going to be quite a beautiful day across the region. I know we do need precipitation.
Yeah.
That will be coming in Wednesday's forecast, thankfully. But today, not the case.
No, hot weather.
Yes.
Gosh, like break out the flip-flops and the shorts. Keep the sunblock handy too. I mean, that's one thing. Parents are always looking at the forecast before they send the kid off to school, right?
Absolutely.
I know lately we've been talking about cooler in the morning, warmer by noon, warmer by the afternoon. Not the case today.
Really warm, really warm today. So yeah, like hot conditions, like make sure you drink lots of water. I love wearing a hat when it's hot.
Yeah. Sun safety is key. We're still seeing humidity play a factor in today's forecast. We are seeing the UV index remaining kind of moderate for much of the region. Yeah, if you're going out today, it's going to feel like summer.
Well, I did not go to Burnt Coat Head, which is absolutely gorgeous, but I did go for a little dip in the ocean.
Ooh, how was it?
It's great.
Really?
Yeah, not too cold yet.
Nice. That's awesome. All right, well, we are seeing Burnt Coat Head early this morning. As you can see from our live eye, lots of sunshine early this morning for much of the region, 14 degrees over in your area. And we are seeing pretty mild temperatures for much of Atlantic Canada early this morning. 9 degrees starting off your day in Fredericton, 15 in Charlottetown and in Halifax, 14 in Sydney, as well as into Labrador City, and 6 degrees in St. John's. Still seeing an air quality statement in effect today. Keep that in mind when you are heading out. And also for satellite and radar, keep in mind sun safety, lots of sunshine remaining in our forecast today. And as I had mentioned, the UV index remains moderate for the maritime region and low to moderate for both Newfoundland and Labrador today. A breezy wind expected into the afternoon, but as of right now, quite light for the maritime region this morning. As of right now, 30 kilometers per hour in North Cape, 19 in Grand Etang with 17 in Sydney, 15 in Canso. No wind gusts reported at this time. We'll have another look at your long-range forecast just ahead, but first a look at your local news headlines with Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. The wildfire in Nova Scotia's Kings County grew over the weekend and is still out of control. The Lake George wildfire is now an estimated 285 hectares or 2.85 square kilometers. DNR says crews have been battling dry and windy conditions. As of Sunday, there were no reports of any structure damage. DNR says crews continue to make fire breaks around the perimeter. Two other fires to tell you about. In Prince Edward Island, 2 residences were destroyed and another was badly damaged in a fire Saturday night. This was in Summerside. Emergency crews responded shortly before midnight to the Belmont Street area. Several vehicles were also badly damaged. No one was hurt. Police say the fire is believed to be suspicious and the cause is under investigation. They're asking anyone with information or surveillance footage to contact police. 10 people are displaced after a fire at an apartment building in Windsor, Nova Scotia. This one broke out Saturday afternoon at a 4-unit apartment building on O'Brien Street. Windsor Fire Chief James Harvey says there were no injuries and the fire is not deemed suspicious at this time. Officials at an airport in central Newfoundland say staff have noticed an increase in people who appear to have been victims of catfishing schemes. A post on the Gander Airport's Facebook page says more people have been arriving at the airport to meet someone they've been speaking with online, only to find out the person does not exist. The post asks people to be careful if someone they've only met online asks them for money, travel tickets, or personal details. It also urges everyone to check in on their loved ones, especially seniors. For the first time in 3 years, Tim Hortons is increasing its prices, charging more for a cup of joe, reflecting a wider trend of rising coffee prices.
The problem are U.S. tariffs. The Americans are applying tariffs on Brazilian coffee beans coming from all over the world. And so whenever we actually import coffee beans from the United States, because they're packaged there, processed there, we're paying for that tariff indirectly.
A cup of coffee is going up 1.5%, amounting to a few extra cents. The price of coffee beans has more than doubled over the last 3 years, according to a Tim Hortons spokesperson. Coffee imports from the U.S. also played a role in the price increase. Well, you'll remember last week we showed you that incredible video of a young New Brunswick golfer making a hole-in-one. CTV's Sarah Plowman caught up with the family to recall that moment.
To celebrate his 14th birthday, Jack Beardsworth wanted to golf with his dad.
Let's go.
He picked up the sport earlier this year, but he's already hooked.
Not gonna lie, not all my shots are good. You know, I mean, I did just start a 9-iron.
But he's confident enough to give his dad Derek some tips.
I could kind of tell that he was a natural from the start.
Days after his 14th birthday, on the 14th hole, he swung his 8-iron.
Ah! No, it didn't. No, it didn't. No, it didn't.
I ran straight down to the hole, see if it went in. As soon as I got there, I saw no ball on the green, and I was like, oh my God, it's in the hole.
Hole-in-one!
What did you think of that moment?
In disbelief, in shock, like, barely ever happened, so I was pretty happy that it did to me.
Oh, buddy! Wow! Yes! I didn't have the phone out at all day. And so as we came to the 14th hole and he teed up, I thought, hold on, I'll take a video, you know, and proof that we were here. And so, yeah, that was the one video and one kind of photo I decided to take for the day, and that happened.
Oh, my God.
Okay, dude, that was awesome. Oh, my gosh.
Hole-in-one.
Wow.
What did you want for your birthday?
Money, you know.
And what did you end up getting for your birthday?
A hole-in-one.
A gift this father and son got to share. Sarah Plowman, CTV News, Hillsborough, New Brunswick.
Yay!
So glad we got to hear more from him.
Me too.
Yeah, I know. What a proud moment. And the fact that they're sharing it with us. Thank you. Love that.
Beautiful. And Hillsborough Golf Course, sheesh.
Oh, my goodness.
Gorgeous place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. This story is for you, Amanda.
Oh, okay.
If you want to travel to South Africa, that's our question today.
Yeah.
What's on your travel bucket list and why? Text us 10400. We'll have the answers at the end of the show. This is from South Africa. Okay,
Oh,
you can
lovely.
check this out when you go. You don't have to, you get to see cattle at a vineyard. Don't see it often, but you see it at this vineyard. It's a facility that actually uses cattle, sheep, ducks, all kinds of animals to play a role in the winemaking.
Oh.
take the bull by the horns when you make this wine. Look at the size of those horns. The animals help renew the soil, they boost biodiversity, and the vineyard is the first in South Africa to earn an international certificate for regenerative farming.
Wow.
Cool.
I know, they're the grapes.
Well,
Very
South
cool.
African wine, too. Really good. Two Oceans. That's the one we love in our family.
There you go.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Check it out when you go, Amanda.
So cool. I will. I will get there. Yeah, 10400 is the number you can text us on. Still some time to let us know what's on your travel bucket list and why. And I'm going to be sharing your answers a little bit later in this show. But you don't have to travel far to have some fun around here.
No, we'll fill you in on the community calendar today. The Rising Tide Trails and Tunes Festival returns in New Brunswick. It is a showcase of Atlantic Canadian talent with Fundy National Park at its heart. It spreads out into communities nestled along the southern coast. This week-long festival highlights local music, art, trails, and food. So for a list of locations and artists, head over to their Facebook page. And you can come out and enjoy the Spirits of the Moon Mystical Evening in New Glasgow. This is so cool. Tonight at 7 p.m., the evening will begin with a yoga session, followed by a spooky reception. Not too sure what that means, but it sounds cool. Drinks, food, tarot card readings, and so much more will take place. For additional information, go to the site on your screen. And local musician Karen Coughlin will be performing the Linda Ronstadt show in Dartmouth tonight. You can hear this musical tribute to the legendary Queen of Rock at 7:30 p.m. at the Sanctuary Arts Center. For tickets, head over to their website.
What a venue.
I know, right?
Yeah, it's a good one.
And if you do have an upcoming event, please send us the details. We'd love to promote it. Your Morning Atlantic at ctv.ca.
Thanks, Latavia. One last look at the very hot forecast on this October 6th, and also, too, coming up after that fall beauty. It doesn't have to be complicated. Keep it simple. Shobana Lakavali is here to show us how to make a minimal effort routine. That's in our last few minutes.
A beautiful sunny start to your day over in Peggy's Cove. Currently 16 degrees in your area and clear skies. Sunshine sticking around throughout the day. Welcome back, Atlantic Canada. The time now is 8:42. Already slowly seeing temperatures warm up. It's going to be quite hot for much of the region today. Sunny, dry conditions for the most part. As of right now, 9 degrees in Fredericton, 15 starting off your day in Charlottetown and in Halifax, with 14 in Sydney and in Labrador City, 6 degrees over in St. John's. We do have an air quality statement in effect now extending for Kings and Annapolis counties, seeing that reduction in local air quality due to wildfire smoke. So keep that in mind if you are headed out in those communities today. We are going to see lots of sunny, dry conditions for the most part for much of Atlantic Canada today. We do have precipitation early this morning for parts of Newfoundland and Labrador. And then into the evening hours, afternoon, I should say, we're going to see a lot of that clear out. Still seeing some lingering showers for parts of Newfoundland. And then into the evening, we're going to see low warms, clear skies remain for the Maritime region. Taking us into early Tuesday morning, we have another sunny and warm day ahead before precipitation returns on Wednesday. So for forecast today for New Brunswick, looking at daytime highs between 25 to 30 degrees. Lots of sunshine across the province today. Same thing goes for Prince Edward Island, a high of 26 today. Wind also picking up out of the southwest, 20 gusting to 40. Sunshine also in our forecast as showers cleared out for Cape Breton, eastern mainland Nova Scotia, and going to see daytime highs between 24 to 28 degrees also for the rest of Nova Scotia with sunshine throughout the day. Newfoundland and Labrador, we are going to see lots of sunshine throughout your day. We do have a low tracking across the region into the evening, bringing showers your way. 22 degrees is your daytime high in Labrador City. 14 into St. John's, looking at sunshine throughout your day as well. Showers into the evening. Tuesday's forecast remains sunny and dry for the most part, but into the evening, we are going to see a chance of showers return to the northern region of New Brunswick. Wet weather for parts of Labrador. Taking us into Wednesday is going to be a wet day ahead. Showers and rain for the Maritime region. A chance of showers and flurries for parts of Labrador, Crystal.
All right, thanks, Latavia. It's now 8:44. And one thing we all love around here is a hack that delivers maximum results with minimal effort. So today we're talking fall beauty trends with our partner and beauty editor and makeup artist, Shobana Lakavali. Good morning, Shobana.
Good morning, Crystal.
Well, if you're going to give us your personal hacks, I am here for it because you always look fantastic.
Thank you.
Well, it is true. So let's begin with the morning shed trend.
Okay, so I actually did this overnight. because it's 7:45 here in Toronto. These are just easy little techniques and steps you can include into your beauty sleep. So you don't have to do everything. You don't have to do anything, actually. And I got all of these things from Winners for like under $15. So some of the steps like I used is a satin bonnet. This is going to actually prevent dryness and frizz in your hair. It's going to keep your style from the night before, which is exactly what I did. Under eye patches to help decrease puffiness, a little chin, patch to give you a little. And then in the morning, you just shed these products, you put them away, and you started like an elevated state. And it's great to try this trend. It's easy at Winners because it's all $15, and they also have lots of brand name options as well. And so with prices like this, you're kind of feel like you're actually winning,
Yeah, you just woke up like this. I love that.
Exactly.
The chin thing, that's interesting. Is that reusable?
You know what? It is reusable, actually. You just put it on at nighttime. It just gives you a little bit of like a tuck and a snug, like a little bit of a snuggling effect and a lift. And then you just remove it in the morning, and you do have a temporary lift.
Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. All right,
Yeah,
well, this
does.
is easy. And like basically, yes, set it and forget it. You do it before you sleep, and you take it off, and there you go. You're ready to go.
You always say it. You always say it better than I do.
Oh, that is not true, but thank you. All right, scalp health. Your hair is really full of life these days. Well, let's talk about your scalp health trends.
Yeah, absolutely. So we know that the scalp is skin, right? So we're now using ingredients that we use on our skin, on our scalp, so that it's healthier, hair is healthier. Serums, we've talked about this before, Crystal, are so important for your face. Same thing with your scalp. And so Vichy has a hair care line called Dercos, and they just came out with their Dercos Regent Booster Hair Renewing Serum. This is actually unique because it has niacinamide and ginger root, which we normally apply on the face, but on the roots now. And it also has 1.5% MNXL, which is this proprietary ingredient. And so this actually goes beyond just preventing hair loss. It actually stimulates hair growth, and it actually prevents hair foliage because of breakage. If we don't take care of our hair well, damage, ruffling against the pillows, combing, it starts like splitting ends, breaking your hair slowly from the bottom up. This also helps with that as well. And this is $59.95. Why I found this really interesting is that the study showed that within 12 weeks, you get 14,000 new hairs.
Whoa.
So I'm going to be trying this, reporting back to you guys. Because for $59.95, I feel like that's a great price.
For sure. Okay, but my question is where and when do you use it? Like you just rub it on your scalp when? Like at nighttime?
No, perfect. Yeah, no. So you do this actually about 5 times a week. You can do it at a time that works for you. It can be morning, it can be evening, it can be on dry hair, it can be on wet hair. And you use you section your hair into about 5 or 6 different sections. You add a drop per section, massage it into your scalp as well as your hair.
Beautiful. Okay, well, they're pulling us along here. We've only got like a minute and a half and lots to get to.
Okay.
Let's talk about the commuter makeup trend.
Absolutely. Okay, commuter makeup trend. We're doing makeup on the go nowadays, and because we're back at work, right? So one of the easiest things to do is use Q-tips. This is their travel pack of precision Q-tips for like $178 at Walmart.ca, and they're great for fixing mistakes like mascara smudges, eyeliner, creasing, all that good stuff. Just toss it into your commuter kit, and you're good to go.
I love that. I love the little travel Q-tip thing. I don't know. I feel like I'm really a lady with my act together when I have that.
Honestly, there's something about it that makes you feel like you're doing a lot, which you kind of are. It's just easy.
Okay, this I'm into. The lazy girl nail trend. What's that?
Girl, I have been lazy. Well, I've been busy with 2 kids. And so basically, a lot of us are wearing our nails shorter, doing our nails at home, like gel nails. And one of my favorite ways to do this is using OPI nail polishes. They're like the #1 salon brand worldwide. They just came out with the cutest collection of fall colors that are like nostalgic to the 90s. And they have these really cute names like Flannel Aerobics. But the quality is so great. It's $15.50 at Amazon.ca. I'm literally wearing the color right now. I put it on right before going on TV. And it stays for a few days, which I absolutely love.
Oh, yeah, no, that is nice nail polish.
Yeah.
All right, finally, we've got time for the sustainability trend.
Okay, listen, all of us are trying to be a little bit more sustainable, and I have a great drugstore budget-friendly find for shampoo and conditioner, Ren Pure, okay? You get the shampoo and conditioner, which is this size, it's humongous, for $22.99. Right? It's a really great price. And you can get this at like Amazon, you can get it at Walmart. They just came out with their biotin and collagen volumizing shampoo and conditioner collection that also comes with a leave-in treatment. What's neat about this is that it's a custom blend of both collagen and biotin. So it's gonna, if you have fine hair, it's gonna give you that look of fullness, of density. And the reason why this is unique in sustainability is because this whole thing is actually recyclable. So a lot of products have this little silver spring. Can you see that in the pump?
Yes.
That little silver spring. So this guy, and so what happens when you get to the recycling plant, they're not sitting there, you know, pulling these guys apart. A lot of different recycling plants don't have that technology. So you have to check with your like local recycling, the people, okay? The recycling people.
Yeah.
And a lot of them actually can't process this. So this will just get tossed in the trash. This doesn't have a spring pump. It's all made with the same material. So guess what? You can recycle it without thinking about it.
Wonderful. Also, the big container, that lasts longer, less actual waste because you've got the container for longer. Yeah. Anyway,
yes, less money, less waste. Crystal,
genius.
You're great.
Shobana, these are great suggestions. Appreciate it. They're working for you, and hopefully they'll work for us too.
They absolutely will.
All right, thanks so much. And now it's time to take a little break. It's 8:50. We will take a little break on Your Morning Atlantic and be back to wrap up the show right after this. Can't wait to hear your responses to your travel bucket list.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
Welcome back. The time now is 8:53, getting close to wrapping up the show.
Yeah.
Hot, hot, hot. That's what we're talking about in terms of the weather today, and you ladies, of course. We are going to see things heat up across the region. Sunny, dry conditions for the most part. I know we need precipitation. We'll see that in our forecast on Wednesday. Showers and rain will track across much of the maritime region.
Good news there.
But for the next couple of days, keep in mind hydration, sun safety is key. Humidity will play a factor. Some places feeling more like 35 today.
That is wild.
Whoa, I'm glad I didn't take that air conditioner out of the window.
I know.
For real, yeah.
Looking like fall, feeling like summer.
Exactly.
Yeah, oh boy.
Enjoy it, though.
Save that fall fashion for a little bit later in the month.
Yeah.
So we've been talking throughout the show, throughout the morning, about what's on your travel bucket list. If you missed the conversation, South Africa is on my list. Crystal, you would love to go to New Zealand. That's on it. Latavia, where would you want to go?
Oh, my goodness. I think Syria is one of them. Yeah, my dad is Yugoslavian, which is now not a country anymore in Syria, and I would love to go there.
That'd be amazing.
Wow.
I love how people have these family connections. Like that's where they like to go for bucket lists. We got some really interesting answers from you at home to our Move Morning Chat. So thank you to everyone who sent us a text at 10400. So this is what you had to say in terms of what's on your bucket list. So we began with Monica, who says, my travel bucket list travel spot is Switzerland.
Yes.
My family is from Germany. We have visited there to see them, but never got to see Switzerland.
Me neither, but I'd love to go to Switzerland.
Oh, wow, me too.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I think Suzette Beliveau, I think, has been there.
Really?
She's an avid traveler as well. So another Amanda, this is Amanda B. And Amanda D also agrees with her. I would love to go to Egypt. I want to see the pyramids and the landscape. It looks beautiful there. It has been on my bucket list since I was a little girl.
I'm with you too, Amanda B.
I hope you get there. Also, we have Sandra, who says Greece is on the top of my bucket list. I love Greek food.
Yes.
If there's anything I've learned from the Lifeline is that the Mediterranean diet seems to be the best diet for you. But yeah, I agree. Gosh, to see that and the food, incredible. This is similar. Nancy says, this is cool. My husband and I were both ancient history teachers. My bucket list travel wish would be to fly to Rome. Then from there, travel to every country that the Romans conquered during the Roman Empire era.
Yes, oh, great one.
Wow.
And keeping with the Mediterranean theme, Roberta says my bucket list is Europe with a Mediterranean cruise. Actually, I'm leaving on Wednesday for this exciting trip with a travel crew from Cape Breton called Escape the Cape. About 60 of us will be on this amazing trip. Wish us luck, Roberta. We hope you have a great time.
Send us photos.
Send us photos.
Escape
the Cape.
You can text us. Text us your
awesome.
photos. We would love to see it.
That's so cool. So I meant Serbia, not Syria.
Okay.
Just wanted to clear.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's another cup of coffee.
I would love to go there as well, though.
I've seen, there's a, Rick Steves that has Europe, has like a series of shows. You can see it on TV or you can get it online. And he has all these places. He did one on Slovenia, which is a country that wasn't even on my bucket list at all, but once I saw that episode, like, it's gorgeous.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So many places to explore.
I know.
Yeah. Well, we're exploring lots of new topics tomorrow, so we hope to hear your feedback on the show tomorrow. Coming up, our latest Medivie Health Connect. We'll chat about why the upcoming World Mental Health Day is so important and what it's all about.
And it's haunting season this month on PEI. We'll find out how you can celebrate fall with all things spooky at some historic sites in the island.
Absolutely. And our friends from the Nova Scotia SPCA will join us for Pet Talk. All right, guys, take care. See you tomorrow.